Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to week number 8 of the high school football season on WebWeeklyLive.com. Pombo, alongside the coach Rich Salonis. We are on the campus of Bucknell University, and it's a big game feeling tonight as the 5-2 Lewisburg Dragons take on the Jersey Shore Bulldogs at 4-3.
Big game atmosphere is right. It's a league title game tonight. Jersey Shore can clinch, Lewisburg can prevent them and give themselves an opportunity to win a title that Shore took from them last year.
As Nirvana is playing in the background, let's talk about the Jersey Shore Bulldogs last week. Let's throw that out the window, Coach. They lost to the University of Southern Columbia, but they did play well. Tanner Lawson, 322 yards last week. He leads District 4 in yards and touchdowns. The kid has 15 for the senior.
Great year for him and a great career also. So Tom Gravish's teams always play well and always play to their strengths. So, Shore's been a little bit of a chameleon from week to week. When they have to run, they run. When they have to throw, they throw. So tonight should be very interesting.
Speaking of running, number 30, Josh Malicki, 101 carries for the year, 373 yards, 6 touchdowns for the senior.
Great year for him so far also, and he's kind of one of those sneaky backs. Gets his yardage here and there, then all of a sudden he'll pop a big one.
Well, to talk about speed, the fastest player on this Jersey Shore Bulldog team is number 33, Dawson Seacrest at 5'9". He's a scat back. He reminds me a lot of Darren Sproles.
Yeah, he can catch the ball out of the backfield a little bit. Again, get that 3 and 4 yard run, and then if there's a mistake made, that 3 and 4 yard run turns into a 20 or 30 yard run.
Well, the top 2 receivers for Tanner Lawson, number 81, Stanton Westland, 6'2", 175-pound senior, 29 receptions, 581 yards, 6 touchdowns on the year. He's the big play threat for the Bulldogs.
The go-to guy. When they need a completion or reception, that's who they're looking for primarily.
And his understudy, number 24, Caden Hess, also 6'2", 186 pounds. They're almost mirror images of each other. 29 catches, they mirror there, 310 yards and 4 touchdowns for the Bulldogs. Let's talk a little bit about the Bulldogs defense here. You got a tough bunch of guys here.
Well, you got that team that's given up about 196 points for the season, 28 points per game average, which is high. But you got to look and see who Jersey Shore's lost to this year, and therein lies the key. Montoursville, undefeated. Southern Columbia, undefeated. Mount Carmel, 1-loss team. Those are Shore's 3 losses. So they've played a daunting schedule, and while those numbers might seem a little high, don't be fooled. Jersey Shore's going to play some defense led by Dawson Seacrest on the other side of the ball, leading the way with 76 tackles for the Shoremen this year.
And now the Bulldogs are coming onto the field. Let's talk about their opponent, the Lewisburg Green Dragons. 49-30 winners last week over Shikellamy. They are led by Nick Shedleski. He is the second player ever in the area, coach, to throw for 1,000 yards in 4 straight seasons.
Very steady young man, steady-headed. Call him, his coaches. Doesn't make the mistakes. I think 8 touchdown passes this year, or 15 touchdown passes.
9 touchdowns,
9
but
touchdowns.
no interceptions.
No interceptions. And any coach will tell you, when you're going into the week 8 of the season and you have your starting quarterback that hasn't thrown 1, that's pretty good.
Absolutely, and now they had a big loss about a week and a half ago. All-State running back Max Moyers went down with a torn ACL. Stepping in for him, number 9, the super sophomore Ethan Dominic. He has 387 yards and 5 touchdowns in replacement duty.
When you lose somebody like that, it does 2 things. It either ruins your season or it causes people around the team to step up. And so far, Lewisburg's done the latter. Look for him to line up all over the place tonight, along with the other Ethan factor, who you'll talk about, I'm sure, Ethan Spalding.
Well, I'll tell you what, Cam Michaels, also a freshman stepping in. You said, Coach, people have to fill in when injuries do take place. 15 carries, 127 yards. He's averaging 8.5 yards a rush.
You go with what you have, and so far, like you said, the backups, it's always the next man up. That's what the coaches tell you. And Lewisburg's been able to put that to good use. I believe they're on a 4-game winning streak.
Absolutely. The receivers, top threats for Shedleski. Dante Sims, number 1, 12 catches, 183 yards, and a touchdown. And number 2, 1 and 2 in respective order, Simeon Byler, 12 catches for 138 yards. Just reverse those last 2 digits. They're the top targets for Shedleski.
He's got some targets to throw to, and they've got some weapons. They're not one-dimensional by any means. But again, the mark of a good coaching staff is a coaching staff that knows where your strengths are and puts your kids in positions to win games every week. And certainly, Lewisburg coach Persing is doing that.
High-powered offense, big-time defense, Bucknell University. The game is up next, so what I suggest you to do, go to the refrigerator, grab something cold to drink, perhaps even a snack. The game is on, webweeklylive.com. Paul Ball, Rich Alonis will take you every step of the way. We'll be right back with the opening kickoff.
My name is Matt Cochran. I am a late-model driver from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. I have been racing at my local dirt tracks for the last 20 years with my family by my side. My father's business, Cochran Automotive and Towing, has been my main sponsor from the very beginning. Racing is not just something I do, it is something I live for. My whole family is involved, from my mom and dad to my brother Bradley, my cousin Tyler, my uncle Wayne, and now my wife Megan and stepson Brock. Everyone pitches in and helps out in one way or another. Every Friday night the family packs up and heads out to Clinton County Motor Speedway where I run my limited late model. As soon as my supermotor is done being freshened up, we will start running that on Saturday nights. Right now we are running up front and are competitive, but we could be doing better with some new equipment and technology. I am looking for additional sponsors to complete the 2019 season and for the next 2020 season coming.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to beautiful Bucknell Stadium here on the campus of Bucknell University. Paul Bow, alongside the coach, Rich Alonis. We are high in the rafters here, a little cramped, coach, but then no doubt we are ready for high school football week 8. It's the Green Dragons taking on the Jersey Shore Bulldogs.
I'll take crammed any day of the week as long as there's beautiful weather. And once again, we've got another superior night, Mr. Bow, and a big game atmosphere here at Christy Mathewson Stadium.
Well, it's feeling like a collegiate atmosphere here, as I just said, as the teams ran out onto the field. The band's playing 59 degrees under partly cloudy skies. There's a full moon to our immediate right. It's a great night for football. Last week we were a little cold, but tonight it is like summer here.
Beautiful night for Week 8. Jersey Shore, by the way, is going to receive the opening kickoff. So, young man, we got a chance to talk to a little bit before the game. Logan Moore for Lewisburg will be kicking off. Mr. Moore informed us he's getting a couple of looks from Bucknell and Colgate at the moment, and the young man has a very strong leg.
What a nice young man, 6'1", 175-pounder. I was watching him kick in pregame warmups, and he was hitting them from 45-plus with no problem. The height, the form, former soccer player, he said. First year playing football, and I used to coach kick way back when, Coach, but I'll tell you what, my leg was nowhere near as strong as him. He could kick the ball a ton, and we wish the best for Logan.
And hopefully he'll have a chance to kick one or two tonight. You know, he's been all right with extra points, but he told us he had one attempt earlier in the year, a 47-yarder at Mount Carmel, which he told us had the distance but was just slightly off as everything was rushed. So Jersey Shore's got two back deep to open this basically championship game tonight.
Yep, Cam Allison is back deep for Jersey Shore, along with number 15, Owen Anderson. And Mr. Moore is set to tee it up, and we are underway here from Christy Mathewson Stadium in Lewisburg. The Dragons and the Bulldogs starts right now, high end-over-end kick into the end zone, and a booming kick by Mr. Moore there.
Well into the end zone, at least 5 to 6 yards deep. And Tom Gravish's Jersey Shore Bulldogs will take over, having scored 209 points on the season, averaging just about 30 points per game, 961 rush yards, Paul, and 1,643 pass yards, led by number 14 quarterback Tanner Larson.
Tanner Larson last year threw the rock all over the place. This year is no exception. And they are going to go three wide here to the left as Larson will open up from the shotgun. Snap, handoff to Malicki. Running to the left, cuts back, maybe a gain of 1 or 2 on the play. Good defense there by the Dragons.
Mr. Shedleski is making his presence known right off the bat as he filled in from his outside linebacker spot trap play by Jersey Shore, netted them 1 yard.
Up tempo. Here comes Larson rolling. Throws complete to Caden Hess at the 30, 35. Cuts back to the 40 and up to the 44-yard line. Nice play, nice pitch and catch. Caden Hess, second receiver on this team.
Short sprint out to the right that time by Mr. Larson, and he hit Hess on a comeback pattern. Missed tackle, Paul. One of the things to look for tonight is how many yards the Shore receivers get after the catch.
Larson once again from the gun. Went for the RPO, but he kept it up the middle. Nothing doing in that tough middle of that defensive line. Tackle made by number 63 for Lewisburg.
Shore going up tempo here. They tried a speed option. The last play, Paul, didn't get him very much. And a bubble toss out here to Mr. Owen Anderson is going to net them about a 5 or 6 yard gain. And if Lewisburg's going to play this kind of coverage tonight, for those of you that are viewing at home, it is paramount that they make tackles as soon as the ball is caught.
Yeah, there's nobody back deep for the Dragons. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Larson once again from the gun. 3rd down and 5. Larson rolling this way to the short side. Throws. Caught again. That is Caden Hess to the 30. Now cuts back again and inside the 30, down to the 27-yard line. Another great route by Caden Hess, showing why he had 29 receptions, tied for the team lead with Stanton Westland.
The same thing that time. They're picking on number 3, Jack Landis, a corner for Lewisburg, who just basically quit on the play, to be honest, after the missed tackle and took himself out of the ball game. We have a 1st and 10 for sure.
Larson rolling to his left. Larson wants Westland, throws down the sidelines, incomplete. Good defense that time by the secondary of Lewisburg. Number 21, Cam Michaels on the cover.
One of the things Lewisburg is going to have to do to stop that half roll by Larson is to get their defensive end to not lose contain. And what they did that time is they kept their defensive end in, but they brought pressure by the outside linebacker and forced an early throw.
Larson rolling to his left, looking, throws, wants Anderson in for the touchdown. That's number 15, Owen Anderson, in for the touchdown from 28 yards out. Tanner Larson to Owen Anderson, and the Bulldogs draw first blood here tonight.
And they made that drive look easy. At least 3 missed tackles by Lewisburg after catches, and they're just matching up. They're picking out the matchups, and they're going to the air, and that's Anderson's 3rd touchdown catch of the year. So less than a long time here for sure to get on the board.
Cam Allison, left-footed kicker, up and good. We got a timeout on the field. 10:26 to go, first quarter. 7-0 Bulldogs. That's a Park Pizza touchdown.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a 4th-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition. Growing with your customers over the years. Seeing the same faces. It's everything for us. Visit Van Campen and see what over 70 years of care looks like.
I welcome back 7-0 Jersey Shore, 28 yards. Tanner Larson to Owen Anderson puts them ahead 7-0. And they will kick off to the Green Dragons.
And back deep for the Dragons is Gavin Sheriff and Ethan Dominic. And keep an eye on number 9, Ethan Dominic, who's had a big couple of weeks filling in for the injured Max Moyers.
Allison will tee it up. Short kick, fielded by Dominic. Dominic trying to get to the short side here.
He eluded one tackle, but is eventually brought down by Josh Malicki of Jersey Shore. The Dragons are going to take up shop on the 20-yard line, left hash.
And Lewisburg led by number 10, and Nicholas Shedleski coming in, and they're going to start right again from the shotgun. Jedlinsky, that's a lateral. Back to number 6. He throws down. He has a man open down there at the 50, and it is complete. That's number 9. Number 3.
Version of a flea flicker that time, and number 3 has atoned himself as pass was completed to Jack Landis, beating corner Brett Guthrie for a big gain for the Dragons and a good way to get some momentum back into the ball game as they have a first down on Jersey Shore's 49-yard line.
The lateral to Ethan Spalding, who is the backup quarterback here for the Dragons. Now Shedleski once again from the gun. Trips to the near side. In motion is Spalding. Handoff, Dominic up the middle, spinning for about 4 yards on first down.
Good opening first down play for the Dragons as they're going to continue to try and get the ball in and tie up this game. Look for a lot of spread sets tonight, Paul, from both of these teams.
2nd and 8, ball at the Bulldog 47. Back to pass, sets up a screen. Little flanker screen coming in there once again. That's Landis. Landis at the 20, one man to beat, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, 47 yards. Nick Shedleski to number 3, Jack Landis, and we are a point away from a tie game here.
Very well-designed play that time by the Green Dragons. They took both of their backs, Paul, and flared them in opposite directions and snuck Landis in for a middle screen. Jersey Shore never saw it. Beautifully schemed play by the Dragons.
And Logan Moore on for the extra point here. 9:32 in the first quarter. We have a track meet here on our hands, Coach.
Looks that way.
Moore, snap, spot, kick, up, perfect, right down the middle.
No, it's still in the air. Wait a minute.
We got a timeout on the field.
Wait a minute. I think it just landed out by the chapel.
Sevens are wild here in Lewisburg. 9:32 to go in the first half. That's a Park Pizza touchdown.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
Lyle doesn't really drive a motorcycle. Do you, Lyle? That's right, that's right. Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed, or we'll pay you $1,000. Of course, we'll even trade motorcycles, I forgot. Boats? Airplanes? No, not doghouses. Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a 4th-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition.
All right, we are back here. Coach, we didn't even get to get our jackets off yet. It's 7-7. The track meet has begun here in Lewisburg. The Green Dragons got on the board 47 yards. Shedleski to Landis, Point after was good. We are deadlocked at 7. More to kick off. And once again, this one's going into the end zone. Man, what a strong leg by Logan Moore.
Wisely down by Cam Allison. Let's see what Jersey Shore does. Let's see if they keep the ball for more than 2 minutes, which would be a record so far tonight. 2 touchdowns in less than 3 minutes by my calculations, Mr. Bowe. Mr. Bowe is nodding, so apparently my calculations are correct.
Your calculation is correct, sir. First down and 10, ball at the 20-yard line.
And let's see if Lewisburg is going to make an adjustment with their defensive linemen, particularly their ends, and not allowing Lorson to get the corner so easily on their half sprints.
In motion is Anderson. Lorson rolling out again. Throws. That's Anthony Schaefer.
And the same thing just happened again, Paul. The Shore defensive ends are getting pinned inside, allowing Lorson to get the corner, and then it's an easy pitch and catch. And Coach Gravish will take that all night.
Up tempo again for the Bulldogs. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Lone setback is Malicki. Lorson will operate from the gun. Lorson sprinting the other way. Running the option, decides to keep. Holds the ball and pushes ahead for about 4 yards.
And there may be a fumble there, Paul, but I think we're going to rule him down. He recovered it.
That'll bring up 2nd and 5 here for the Bulldogs.
No huddle, tempo.
Up-tempo again, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Malicki now switches sides. Lorson from the gun. Rolling to his right, throws. Incomplete. First incompletion there. Intended for Caden Hess.
And why, Paul? What happened on that play? Pressure that time by the Green Dragons. Kept them in the pocket. They brought a backer to that side and forced an early throw. And that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to pressure this young man. He's too good of a quarterback to let him get the corner all night and pick you apart.
3rd down and 5. Lorson from the gun, trips to the right. Lorson, straight drop back, now rolling, being flushed, looks for a man, cuts back, throws across his body, picked off, no, dropped.
Great defense that time
Shedleski had
by
it
Nick
right in his
Shedleski.
hands and dropped that one. Good defense, threw back across his body.
So the big difference between Jersey Shore's first possession and second possession, same exact plays for the most part, pressure from Lewisburg and a much better job by their defensive ends, and Shore's going to punt the ball away with 8:42 left in the tie
Owen Anderson
ball game.
to punt. Back deep is Logan Callison and Ethan Dominic. Fair catch called for at the 27-yard line. That's where the Green Dragons will take over. 30-second break. We'll be right back.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a 4th-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition. Growing with your customers over the years. Seeing the same faces. It's everything for us. Visit Van Campen and see what over 70 years of care looks like.
Welcome back. Shedleski right from the gun. Straight drop back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Steps up and down he goes under a heap of Bulldogs.
Too many to name that time. Great pressure by Jersey Shore. Shedleski had nowhere to go with the football. They're going to lose a lot of yards, about 7. Bring up 2nd and 17.
Second and 17, 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Paul Bowe, Rich Salonis. You are watching on WebWeeklyLive.com. Green Dragons going from right to left on your screen. We're tied at 7 here in Lewisburg. A little player personnel problem here. Play clock at 6. Into the game comes Simone Belte. Shedleski hands off right up the middle. Ethan Dominic spinning, maybe gained about 4 or 5 on the play. That looked like it had a much bigger potential. It closed up in a hurry, Coach.
Well, the hole did close up quickly, and it was bottled up quickly by number 57, Carter Peacock of Jersey Shore, 6'2", 240-pound defensive lineman, only a sophomore.
That'll set up 3rd and long, 3rd and 13 for the Green Dragons. Ball at their own 24-yard line.
And Carter Peacock just got himself another tackle for the year that puts him at 35. Not bad for a sophomore D lineman.
From the gun, pass in and out of the hands of number 14, Jay Leonard.
Well, Lewisburg's got some nice size at the receiver positions. He's a 6'3", 70-pound wide receiver. Very catchable ball, Paul. Should have been caught. Wouldn't have been enough for the first down, but would have helped their field position a little bit.
There's a fake punt.
And
and that's picked by Anthony Schaefer. He's going to take it to the house for a Jersey Shore touchdown. Anthony Schaefer stepped right in front of that fake punt, and took it to the house, 24 yards, and Jersey Shore retakes the lead.
He read that all the way, stayed home, read it, saw it, stepped right in front, and everybody saw it up here. All he had to do was catch it, and everybody knew it was going to go in for a punt pick 6.
Yeah, we caught that from a mile away up here. Kind of telegraphed it a little bit. Cam Allison on for the point after. It is up, and it is no good. Partially blocked. 13-7 Bulldogs lead on that defensive touchdown. It's a Park Pizza touchdown. We'll be right back.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
We want you to make sure you're going pocket, we do here at FastFaz. We teach speed, agility, and quickness because we want you all to be better athletes. That's why you're here. So make sure on this one, when you jump up, come down, power leg, acceleration. Softball, football, basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, whatever you got, we can do it here.
Here at Lewisburg, 13-7. Jersey Shore leads it, and now they will kick off to the Green Dragons. Ball, that's Dominic, picks it up at the 5. Up the sidelines. Thought the ball was going to go out of play there, out of bounds, but it did not.
Didn't pushed out of bounds almost immediately by Brett Guthrie.
Scores from around the area. First quarter, Loyal Sauk leads Milton 14-0.
No surprise there, as the Black Panthers have had a miserable season so far, unfortunately. We've got a trips open set out of the gun for Lewisburg on first down, and we're going to have an offsides penalty on the Jersey Shore Bulldogs, I believe.
Well, we'll go back to the scoreboard. Mount Carmel leads South Williamsport 7-0 in the first quarter. Delaware Valley, 2 quick touchdowns on the board, 14-0 over Williamsport. It'll be 1st and 5 for the Green Dragons. Shedleski once again from the gun. Lone setback is Dominic. 3 receivers to his left. Handoff. Dominic up the middle. Big hole. 30, 45, 40, 50.
Yep,
brought
tackle
down from behind by number 15. That's Owen Anderson, the wide receiver. Showed his speed there and caught him from behind. Dominic had nothing but green grass in front of him, green turf.
Quick trap by Lewisburg out of the gun. Huge hole that time. I thought he was gone. Mr. Anderson showed some pretty decent speed in catching him. It's a game of big plays so far, Paul.
Yeah, absolutely. 1st and 10, ball at the 41-yard line of the Bulldogs. Shedleski from the gun.
We should have a motion penalty there on Lewisburg center, I believe. Moved the ball a little bit early. You can't do that.
And that'll back him up 5 yards.
Well, so much for the defense, Paul.
6:36 to go in the first quarter. Shedleski from the gun. Dominic to his left. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. 1 to the top. Shedleski back to pass. Straight drop. Nice motion. Has a man down there. Is Landison. Good defense. He forced him to the boundary. Cam Allison, and a flag goes down late.
Very late flag. They tried to hit Landis on a flag pattern off of a 2-combination route underneath. The correct read by Shedleski. It looks like it's going to get the Dragons a first down. We think it's a first down. If we remember a couple weeks ago at the Scranton game.
I do.
They're going to call face guarding is what they're going to call.
Well, this drive is brought to you by Sanders Mortuary. Located 821 Diamond Street in Williamsport, family owned. For all your final expense needs, call up Sanders Mortuary in Williamsport. 6:16 to go in the opening quarter, 13-7. Jersey Shore leads in a high-scoring first quarter here, Coach, from Lewisburg.
Really? 20 points?
And more on the way, it looks like here. Shedleski from the gun. Ethan Dominic to his right, 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Gavin Sheriff in the slot, just checks in, now in motion. He fakes it. Shedleski calls his own number up the middle, and a big frame carrying Bulldogs with him.
Good 5-yard gain by Shedleski.
It started off as nothing.
Physical run. He's a big boy.
6'3", 215-pound senior. He has all the tools.
Yeah, he's all the 6'3", 215 also, as we were down on the field before the game. Lewisburg's also got some pretty impressive offensive linemen. Overall, a young team, and Dante Sims is not playing tonight for the Green Dragons, and that's a big loss also, along with Mr. Moore, as we stated earlier.
He's their second leading receiver on the team. And here comes Dominic around on the end around, and nice play by Jersey Shore, number 33.
33-23 there. Two of them that time, Paul, to make the stop for the Shoremen. Very well played leverage-wise on that speed sweep.
Dawson Sechrist, we talked about him in the open, coach, fastest player on this Jersey Shore team. Jim Webb down at touchdowns and tailgates, he was talking to a couple of the boys down there, and he asked who's the fastest on the team. Even Josh Malicki said Sechrist.
Well, he also leads the Shoremen in tackles. That was his 77th of the year. 6 tackles for losses, so he's a big play man on defense.
Shaleski from the gun, back, sets up to set up a screen, throws it over the middle and caught, and now dropped. And the ball fell incomplete. He was looking for number 5.
Owen Ordonez that time, and he had him. I don't think it would have gone for a touchdown, but what they did is they mirrored that middle screen, Paul. They just ran it from the opposite direction that time. Shore played it much better, and now we're in no man's land, and no field goal attempt. Looks like Lewisburg's going to go for it.
4th and 7, ball at the 28-yard line. We know Logan Moore can make it from here.
Well, that's the thing. Normally in high school you wouldn't think about it, but he could make this. But so far the way the game's going, a field goal probably isn't going to do much.
4th and 7. Ball at the 28-yard line. Shedleski from the gun. Straight drop back again. Looks, has a man. Oh, he ran in when he threw out. Little misdirection there.
Yeah, miscommunication between
that was Beeler.
Shedleski and Simeon Beeler. And just like you called it, Beeler went in, the ball went out, and Shore's going to get the ball back.
I want to believe that Beeler ran the wrong route because Shaleski, where he put it, it was a wide open field.
Yeah, it was
there.
a timing pattern there. Had there been a receiver in that area, there was possible room.
There was a lot of green turf over there. Can't even say grass anymore. All right, 4:48 to go. Jersey Shore takes over. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Lone setback is Malicki. We only seen him carry the ball once so far. Pass over the middle. Schaefer, quick hitter. Up to the 35, big hit.
Fumble.
Ball's on the turf. Recovered by the Green Dragons. Yeah. Big hit. Coach, I didn't see who delivered it. I think it was number 8.
It was number 8. It was Gavin Sheriff with the big hit on the slant pattern, which would have been a first down for Jersey Shore. These are the dreaded turnovers. Lewisburg's got a chance to take the lead here with a touchdown and extra point. They'll set up shop on their Jersey Shore's 33-yard line.
And they are cooking with gas here. Great field position, 4 minutes, 39 seconds to go in the opening quarter from Lewisburg. 13-7, Jersey Shore leads. Thanks for spending your night with Paul Bowe and Rich Salonis on WebWeeklyLive.com. Every Friday night we bring you 2 games. You can watch them both. You can choose whatever game you want. Shedleski, handoff to Dominic, up the middle, nothing doing in the heart of that Jersey Shore defense.
Yeah, Jersey Shore played it well that time. Ryan Kirshner, a senior defensive end, was there to stop a power play, which was very successful the last series. That's the one that Dominic broke for about a 40-yard gain. This time Jersey Shore diagnosed it and stopped them for no gain.
2nd and 10, ball at the 34-yard line.
And who knows what we'll see in this game tonight. We've seen some very creative, very well-schemed plays by both offenses.
2 receivers to the top of your screen, 1 to the bottom. Shedleski, straight drop back pressure, and down he goes.
Yeah, Ryan Kirshner again from his defensive end spot.
He's been all over the field this last couple drives.
Not only that, Paul, but that's his 4th sack of the year, which leads the team. And I'll tell you what, he's no nonsense off the edge. I can see why they screened earlier. He has a great path to the quarterback and wasted no time.
Looks like we got a timeout on the field by the Green Dragons. We're going to take a timeout, too, after a word from Blaze Alexander.
Lyle doesn't really drive a motorcycle. Do you, Lyle? That's right, that's right. Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed, or we'll pay you $1,000. Of course, we'll even trade motorcycles, I forgot. Boats? Airplanes? No, not doghouses. Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed. Lyle's no driver, that's for sure. But he will tell you that Blaze Alexander has the lowest price.
All right, welcome back. 3rd and 17 long. Yardage for the Dragons. Shedleski back to pass. Has a man open. Just overshot him on the corner.
Wow. Man,
they fooled us up in the booth here.
This is an offensive person's dream tonight. We've got 2 bubble screens, a reverse.
2 counter gives.
2 counter gives. The dreaded counter give again, Paul. Can't have a game without it. We had a flea flicker pass, the first play of the game for Lewisburg, so they're pulling all the stops out tonight. We had a fake punt, which went awry for the Dragons.
Shedleski punts it and into the end zone for a touchback. 3:29 to go in the first quarter, and Tanner Lorson will come back out and lead Jersey Shore, who leads 13-7.
Well, Lewisburg certainly, as I just stated, has gone to their bag of tricks. Shore's been much more conventional in their offensive approach, but it's certainly been successful. They did their own doing in last series with the fumble on a slant pattern off of a good hit. Let's see what Coach Gravish has cooked up for this drive.
Lorson, handoff. No.
Great job that time by Lewisburg's defensive end, Ethan Spalding.
I'll tell you what, I thought he handed the ball off. He fooled me up here.
It was great eye discipline, as you'll hear coaches say when you're defending these run-pass options and inside and outside zone reads.
2nd and 17, ball back to the 13. Big loss on the play of 7 yards. Bulldogs now going to spread it out. 3 receivers now to the bottom of your screens. Lorson rolling this way, throws. Caden Hess again, complete up at the 23-yard line. Tackled by a host of Dragons.
If you'll see, Paul, again, great pressure that time by Lewisburg. Quick pass, 5 or 6 yard gain, 3 Green Dragons around Mr. Hess immediately. And now you've got a very manageable 3rd down if you're Lewisburg's defense, 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7. Lorson's been very successful throwing to his right side. We got trips to the bottom of your screen. Lorson now back to his left. Has a man open over there. That is incomplete. It was intended for Stanton Westland. It was in and out of his hands. He had a step on the defender, but I think he just flat out dropped that one, Coach.
He did, and it was more so a drop than anything else. He was out there with Cam Michaels.
And I'll tell you what,
freshman.
Lorson put some nice air under that, and he put it where only Stanton Westland could catch it. And might have been a little too perfect.
Well, 2 times now they've thrown that pattern to the left, to Stanton Westland, and that's just a matchup play right there. Tanner's looking to see where his best matchup is, and twice it's been to Westland.
Another fair catch called for by Logan Callison. 2:17 to go in a very slow-moving first quarter. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. 30-second timeout.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a 4th-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition. Growing with your customers over the years. Seeing.
All right, we are back. 2:17 to go, opening quarter. Dragons with the ball. In motion is Dominic. Shedleski up the middle, calls his own number again, maybe gain 2 on the play. Coach, that hasn't been there all night so far.
No, and it's a keep. What that is to keep Jersey Shore honest play. I don't think they're looking to break that for any amount of great yards, but trust me, they're setting something up off of it, either a sweep or a pass off of it. Green Dragon offense is no slouch, averaging 32.5 points per game also.
They're going to spread the field again. 2 receivers to the top of your screen. Lone setback is Dominic. Shedleski from the gun. Back to pass. Looks, throws, cross field. That's complete. That is number 8.
Gavin
Sheriff.
And what Shedleski did that time is look off defense to his left and then came back and hit Sheriff on what we call a spot pattern. He just ran to a spot and turned around. 3rd down and 5 for the Green Dragons.
1:13 to go, first quarter, clock running. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Green Dragons going from right to left. 13-7, Bulldogs lead. In motion is Spalding. Handoff up the middle. Dominic, nothing doing there. Right to the heart of the Jersey Shore line. And nothing doing again, Coach, up the middle.
Yeah, Carter Peacock again diagnosed that very quickly. Very active defensive lineman. They're going to bring him out on the 4th down, and Lewisburg's going to decide to, well, maybe. We don't know. We think they're going to punt.
Shedlasky is back to punt, back deep is Dalton Dungan and Owen Anderson. Owen Anderson showing the speed. We saw his speed earlier on that 35-yard touchdown. Kick by Shedlasky, takes a bounce, and they're going to let it roll down right about the 20-yard line. That's where Jersey Shore will take over. We're going to stay right here. Final 19 seconds to go in the quarter, Coach. What are you seeing from this first quarter?
A very wide open football game. Offenses are shining so far with 3 touchdowns on the board. Big play capabilities I think you're seeing from both teams. There are lots of athletic ability on the field.
Well, the last couple drives have been a little bit, we've seen some drop passes. Maybe the defense is beginning to settle in now a little bit more. But I agree with you. Nothing but big plays here. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Lorson will operate from the gun. Should be the last play of the first quarter. Here comes the blitz. Pass over to Schaefer. Schaefer's got it, and boy, did he get lit up.
He did get lit up. And
he got lit up by the sheriff, Gavin Sheriff.
Well, he certainly made an arrest on that play. But again, I can't emphasize this enough. Pressure causes the pass to come out of Lorson's hands quickly. Patterns can't materialize if he gets the corner on that sprint. Lewisburg's definitely made a coaching adjustment to get some pressure on him, and it's shown.
Well, we played 1 quarter here in Lewisburg. 13-7, Jersey Shore leads it. We'll be right back with the second quarter after a word from Fast Maz.
Make sure you're going pocket, jump, balls in the feet. That's what we do here at Fast Maz. We teach speed, agility, and quickness because we want you all to be better athletes. That's why you're here. So make sure on this one, when you jump up, come down, power leg, acceleration. Softball, football, basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, whatever you got, we can do it here.
Fastmaz.com.
Fastmaz.com. Lift your knees. You gotta get your knees up. Come on, let's go.
You gotta be here.
Here to start the second quarter. 2nd and 8, ball at the 22-yard line for the Bulldogs. Little screen pass to Anderson. Anderson to 20, up to the 26, 27-yard line.
It's going to be about a yard short.
3rd and short for the Bulldogs coming up.
Lewisburg dropped off into a soft zone that time, and there was nobody in the flat. And Jersey Shore took care of it. Anderson's having himself a very, very nice night this evening on both sides of the ball so far for the Bulldogs.
Came into the game with 22 catches and 2 touchdowns, and he's been adding to that. Lorson calls his own number up the middle. He's trying to stretch to get to the 30, but he will not, and it looks like the Bulldogs are going to have to punt.
Maybe. Right tonight, we don't know. A little bit of Halloween and trickery a little bit earlier. Lewisburg. Graydon Feldman that time. Mike linebacker made the tackle along with 2 or 3 other Dragons. Maybe the defenses are starting to settle in now a little bit, Paul, as you stated earlier.
Gallison and Dominic back deep for the Green Dragons.
You should have great field position here, barring anything stupid.
Anderson back to kick for the Bulldogs. Oh, it's blocked! And now picked up and taken to the house for a 28-yard touchdown.
Owen Ordonez took it in, right? He
Owen
scored.
Ordonez took it to the house, and 2 special teams touchdowns we've seen in this first half, once by each team.
And Hagen Person, a freshman, blocked it.
You heard the thump up here, Coach.
Oh, I saw it all the way. I mean, there were 2 or 3 of them there. Great job, special teams.
Logan Moore looks to put this team ahead with an extra point. Personnel once again late coming into game for the Green Dragons. Oh, there's movement, snap, spot, kick, up. Kick is
Still going.
And good. We got a timeout on the field. A special teams touchdown. That's a pork pizza touchdown. 14-13, Green Dragons lead. We'll be right back.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a pork pizza touchdown.
I'm Brian Cochran, owner and operator of Cochran Automotive and Towing. We have complete towing, roadside services from lockouts, fuel delivery, flat tires, and breakdowns. We all know accidents happen. When they do, request us. We can save you $75 on a city fee if you request us.
All right, we are back, Coach. 14-13, the Green Dragons have taken the lead, and it's a full moon out tonight, as we can see to our immediate right. And game's been crazy here with plays. And it's still 10:44 to go before the half. 27 points hung on the board. Pete Mariano would be happy for that one.
I think it's safe to say that so far this has easily been our most entertaining game of the season.
Absolutely. Moore's kick is into the end zone again for the third time. And that's where Jersey Shore will take over. Trailing by one. Coach, give a shout out tonight to our good friend Carl Eisworth listening again. Carl listened to the game last week. He said he's a big fan of yours. I know you just met him. He listens to the games on webweeklylive.com. Carl's a good guy, Montgomery graduate. Really enjoyed the Battle of the Old Shoe last week, but didn't like the way it went.
Nah, not being in Montgomery, guard. We had a great time down there last week. People of Muncie treated us well.
Absolutely. What a fabulous time. And Jim said he's going to pick that game up every year, so looking forward to calling it every year. And there's Seacrest out in the backfield. Seacrest at the 50, 40. He's the fastest man on the team.
Are going to catch him.
Are they going to catch 20? And pops the ball out from behind. But what a run by Dawson Seacrest.
He was caught by Ethan Spaulding, one of Lewisburg's faster players. Paul, I am now officially going to shut up about talking about who's going to get caught and who's not, because I think I'm 0 for 4 tonight.
Yeah, but you have the eagle eye on the first downs.
Well, I'll stick with that. I don't have the eagle
stick to calling
eye.
first downs.
You do the touchdown runs.
All right.
That time, back out of the backfield, missed tackle, and away he goes. You can't make a mistake with that young man. It's going to turn into a big play.
He is quick.
Jersey Shore brought him out of the backfield into a flat pattern that time. Lorson put the ball right on the money, and then it's athletic ability taking over. And here's a surprise, Paul. Jersey Shore's in scoring position.
Absolutely. This drive is brought to you by Sanders Mortuary, family-owned in the Williamsport area. 821 Diamond Street for all your final expense needs. Sanders Mortuary. We have a penalty on the play. Personal foul. Horse collar tackle against the Dragons.
Lewisburg.
It'll be half the distance. Ball down to the 6-yard line. Lorson now under center. Malicki, the back. In motion is Anderson. Here's a pitch to Malicki. Malicki back pedals. There's a hold, and it's coming back.
Yeah, they're going to go backwards here. Coach Gravish isn't going to be pleased.
Well, that play took a long time to develop to get to the corner there. Lewisburg really did a good job stringing that one out. And a hold on Jersey Shore. That'll back them up. And we have an injury on the field. We're going to take a quick timeout. We got an injury timeout. 14-13, Lewisburg leads. 10:24 to go before the half.
Lyle's no driver, that's for sure. but he will tell you that Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed. Lyle doesn't really drive a...
All right, we are back. Jack Landis being helped off the field. Walks off on his own power. Always a good sign. Looks like he'll be okay, Coach. Just maybe got his bell rung. And there's a blitz right there.
That time by Hagen Person, freshman.
Number 88 came flying in.
Just had a miscommunication up front by the Bulldog offensive line.
Well, they're going in the wrong direction,
They
Coach.
are. I was just going to say that, Paul.
2nd and 22. Ball back to the 22. 10 minutes to go before the half. Lorson under center. High backfield. Pass to Westland in the corner. He's got this one for a touchdown. 22 yards. Tanner Lorson to Stanton Westland, his favorite target. And the Bulldogs have gone back ahead.
It's the same pass again. That's the third fade pattern to Westland. All on the left-hand side of Jersey Shore's formations tonight, looking for one-on-one coverages. Listen, when you've got somebody that is 6'2", 175 pounds, and you're matching them up against 5'8", 5'9" cornerbacks, you know, Coach Gravis is taking that matchup all game long.
Well, they tried it 3 times, like I said. Every time he was open, and Jersey Shore will go for 2. Here, Lorson from the gun, rolling to his right, throws into the end zone, incomplete. Was looking for number, I think that was Malicki out of the backfield. And a 2-point conversion is no good. 9:51 to go before the half. Bulldogs back ahead, 19-14. We'll be right back.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
I'm Brian Cochran, owner and operator of Cochran Automotive and Towing. We have complete towing, roadside services from lockouts, fuel delivery, flat tires, and breakdowns. We all know accidents happen. When they do, request us. We can save you $75 on a city fee if you request us.
We are back here. Allison kicks it off. Short kick. Little popped it into the corner, fielded at the 25 by a Dragon, and he's
hit hard by Anderson all over
Logan
the place
Callison
tonight.
Is down about the 27-yard line. That's where Nick Shaleski will take over.
So as we were saying earlier, very quickly, all Jersey Shore is doing is getting Lewisburg formationally to line up, and they're finding their mismatches, whether it be Anderson singled out or Westland singled out, but they're throwing that fade pattern to whoever it is to the left side of Shore's formation.
And we've seen them working on the fade pattern in the end zone on pregame.
Correct.
They kept working on it over and over. Shaleski once again from the gun. 2 receivers to the top of your screen, 1 to the bottom. 2 setbacks in the backfield. Now in motion is Spalding. Here's a screen pass. That's set up to Dominic at the 30 and
brought down by Guthrie. Almost
36-yard line. Guthrie and Seacrest on to tackle.
Good first down gain for Lewisburg on a well-executed semi-screen pass. They brought the offside back out into the opposite flat that time on a delay pattern. He gave the appearance of a screen. Well done by Lewisburg. Plenty of time here as there's still over 9 minutes left in the second quarter.
Shaleski from the gun once again. Calls his own number up the middle, puts his head down through traffic, and he has a first down up at the 39-yard line.
Correct quarterback lead play that time. Both backs in the backfield led Shedleski up through the left inside.
Coach, I've been watching number 16, Ethan Spalding. He is lining up all over the place. He's lining up in the backfield, in the slot, on the perimeter. They are just moving him around. He's a playmaker trying to get him the ball, the 6'1", 198-pound senior. And now we got 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Handoff to Dominic, up the middle, nothing doing there.
Well, they've said he's Mr. Versatile. In the last couple of weeks, to try and offset the Moyers injury, they've been moving people around, and he's been the designated Mr. Versatile. That's a good call by you, Paul, because he has been all over the place and was last week also versus Shikellamy in a big 49-30 win for Lewisburg, which has extended their current 4-game win streak.
Shadlesky from the gun. Roll straight back. Throws out of the backfield is the self-mentioned Spalding.
There he is.
A little short there. And we were talking to Lewisburg players on the bench during pregame warm-ups. We want to give a shout-out to Max Moyers, the All-State running back. They said he had ACL surgery. He's not here tonight. Wish him well. Now, there he is. He's on crutches down there.
He was not on the field earlier when we were there.
Yeah,
so.
He's down there on crutches there. We wish him well. Getting back from his surgery. Such a good kid. Well-rounded.
Yep, you hate to see that happen to any young man.
And it's 3rd down and 11, ball at the 39. Handoff.
Nowhere to go. And that's
Surprise.
Ryan Kirshner again for Jersey Shore making the tackle.
Surprised by that call, Coach?
Somewhat, yes. The way Lewisburg's been moving the ball in the air and through some trickery.
And we have another injury timeout on the field. We're going to take a quick timeout on the field. We're going to take a break. Quick word from Van Kampen Motors.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a 4th-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition. Growing with your customers over the years. Seeing the same faces. It's everything for us. Visit Van Kampen and see what over 70 years of care looks like.
Lyle doesn't really drive a motorcycle. Do you, Lyle? That's right, that's right. Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed, or we'll pay you $1,000. Of course, we'll even trade motorcycles, I forgot.
To the way. Anderson back deep for the Bulldogs. Here's a nice high kick.
High punt.
Anderson backpedaling. Ball bounces at the 15 and
luckily for sure it rolled sideways. That could have, well, it did flip the field quite a bit, but it could have been very significant.
Jersey Shore will take over at their own 16-yard line. They are leading 19-14 here. 7:43 to go before intermission. Points aplenty here, Coach, tonight.
Offense hasn't been the problem. It's kind of been a weird game now. Offenses have gone in spurts, scoring back and forth. A little bit of special teams scoring also. And then we'll go a couple series where we don't have anything. Then the offenses wake up again.
1st down and 10, ball at the 16-yard line. Lorson this time under center. In motion is Westland. Here's a pitch, double reverse. Nope, Malicki keeps it. Tries to get around the end, leaps over a defender, and up to the 21-yard line. Gained about 3 or 4 on the play on 1st down.
Some more trickery from the Bulldogs. Jersey Shore was having none of it that time. Gavin Sheriff stayed home in his own precinct, and the sheriff made another house call.
2nd and 7, ball at the 19. Handoff to Seacrest, nothing doing.
And it's number 88, Hagen Person again. He's only a freshman. That's
Big
at
kid.
least his 3rd tackle
He's
tonight.
a big kid. Sets up 3rd and 8, ball back at the 18. 6:58 to go before intermission. Larson, straight drop, 3-step drop, throws up and incomplete. Good defense that time by number 21.
Cam Michaels played that beautifully as Jersey Shore, by my counts, that's at least the 5th fade they've thrown so far tonight, and we're not even halfway through the 2nd quarter.
Michaels was up for the challenge that time.
Played that about as well as you can.
Oh, kick might have been partially blocked.
Was very low coming off of Anderson's foot. Hence, it didn't generate too much of a roll. Lewisburg is going to take over in Jersey Shore territory at the Bulldog 45-yard line with the 1st and 10, Paul Bowe.
Great field position for the Dragons. Let's see if they can do something with it.
the Lewisburg screen game tonight, and their backs out of the backfield passing game has been well above average for a high school team. Been very impressed with that. See what they open up with here.
Shedlisky brings the play in. 1st and 10, ball at the 45-yard line.
Plenty of time for this game for at least another 8 touchdowns probably.
Single setback is Dominic. 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Shedlisky looks to the other side.
Miscommunication again.
Look for a back shoulder throw maybe, and
correct. And
Spalding just kept running.
That's 2 times that's happened tonight with the Green Dragons, where Shedlisky's throwing to a spot and the receiver's been in a different spot. So I don't know if they're communicating, changing the play on the line, if they're getting a certain coverage and they're not converting the pattern. But it's obviously an eye situation here where they're not communicating properly.
2nd and 10. In motion is Dominic. Shedlisky back to pass, throws down the side. There's Dominic, that incomplete. In motion was Gavin Sheriff. My mistake.
That was broken up. That's okay. It was broken up by Gabe Packer that time. He did a nice job following the back. Third down and 10 for the Dragons, Paul. 2 down territory?
It can be. 6:33 to go. Going to put 2 receivers to the top of your screen.
Well, we think there are. There's a little bit of a mix-up now. Cam Michaels now coming back in motion from right to left.
Shedlisky, play action. Rolls, being pressured, still rolling, throws downfield. 2 defenders down there, and it's picked off.
It's going to be picked off.
And there is the first interception of the year.
Anthony Schaefer for the Bulldogs, and that pass was way too long in the air. He threw that. Probably shouldn't have, Paul. Not on the run, at least. Too much air under it. Schaefer made a great play adjusting to it, and then Jersey Shore's got themselves a first down and 99 yards to go.
Well, you couldn't get a better punt than that. So.
Nothing to lose other than his first interception of the season. But once again, it's worth noting that Ryan Kirshner is the one who flushed him out of the pocket. He's gotten great pressure all night and all year for that.
He's been all over the field. First down and 10 for the Bulldogs at their own 1-yard line. Malicki in the backfield.
And we're going to get encroachment
breathing
off sides. Yep. Good discipline by Jersey Shore. 3 or 4 Dragons jumped early. Don't be surprised if Jersey Shore throws a fade right now. They've got a matchup down here.
Got single coverage. Up the middle goes Seacrest for a first down.
It's an inside dive play by the Bulldogs, and they've certainly now got themselves enough of breathing room to run their normal offense.
1st and 10, ball at the 15-yard line. Lorson once again under center. Little play action, rolling.
He's
still
got him
throwing
wide open.
Is number 31.
Ryan Kirshner doing it on both sides of the ball.
The tight end came all the way across the field like a sail pattern, Coach. We haven't seen one of them in a while.
No, it was the same play they threw earlier to the back in the flat that
Seacrest.
That Seacrest broke, and this time he just read a different receiver who ran a deep corner pattern, if you will, and was wide open. Busted coverage by the Dragons.
Paxton and Weston in motion. Lorson under center, pitch wide. Running, trying to get to the corner is Malicki. He does. And pushed out at the 46-yard line.
5-yard gain. Very impressive drive by Jersey Shore here.
Jersey Shore has had a lot of big plays in this game. Their offense had some big plays, but they also gave up a lot of big plays. So 19-14 we sit with 5:52 to go before intermission. Baxton and Lorson under center. Lorson straight drop back. Looks nice stop and go there. Come back for that one by Westland, just a little too high.
Too high, and That may have been clocked at 102. He had some juice on that ball.
Westland ran a nice pattern, stopped, came right back for the ball. He was open, just threw it a little too hard.
Well, they've been sending him up with the fade pattern, and that time he took off like it was going to be one and then came back.
Larson flushed, throws. Oh, almost intercepted by number 8, Gavin Sheriff, again in the area.
And an ill-advised pass that time out of the pocket almost ended up being a turnover.
He was looking for Schaefer on that play again. And it'll be 4th down and 5. And it looks like Jersey Shore will punt it away. Anderson back to punt. Nope, fake punt. There it is. Larson. Is he? Oh, he got it. Made a nice move. 30, 25, 15, and out at the 10-yard line. Simply snapped it to Tanner Larson. Didn't look like anybody was moving on the Lewisburg defense, Coach.
Well, Lewisburg had him. They had 2 kids with arm tackles, and he ran right through them. They had him stopped. You can't arm tackle him. Broke the arm tackle's paw, and Jersey Shore's in business.
36-yard gain on the fake punt. Larson up the middle. Is the up back.
Just a straight dive. Jersey Shore running some tempo here, looking to go up by 2 scores.
That was Seacrest. Seacrest in playing a little fullback now. Oh, nice pitch behind his back to Malicki. Back to the 10. Good defense, though. They strung it out.
Almost a no-look pitch that time. His quarterback opened one way and pitched the ball the other.
It's fortunate Malicki was standing there.
I think that was totally designed.
Oh, it was definitely designed. Sometimes you'll get a little fancy, though. Ball back to the 7-yard line, 3rd and 7. 3 receivers to the right. Larson rolling that way. Looks, throws in the end zone. Almost intercepted by Michaels. Yeah, Michaels, busy man tonight.
He broke up, but sure puts a lot of pressure on your corners. And that time, Cam was up to the task.
4th down. Are we going here, or are we going to be kicking a field goal? What do you think, Coach?
Personally, I would get a timeout, which is what he's going to do, and I'd talk it over.
All right.
Got Cam Allison, who's 17 out of 25 this year, to best of our stats, has not attempted a field goal this year for the Bulldogs.
Well, they're going to take a timeout. So are we. Fast Maz coming up.
We want you to make sure you're going pocket, jump, balls in the feet. That's what we do here at Fast Maz. We teach speed, agility, and quickness because we want you all to be better athletes. That's why you're here. So make sure on this one, when you jump up, come down, power leg acceleration. Softball, football, basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, whatever you got, we can do it here.
Fastmaz.com.
Fastmaz.com.
Welcome back. 4th and 7, ball at the 7. And Jersey Shore's going to spread it out. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Lone setback is Malicki. Larson, back to pass. Here's a fade in the corner. Knocked away again by Cam Michaels.
2 plays in a row.
Johnny on the spot right there. Cam Michaels, he got caught once for a touchdown, but I'll tell you what, the last 3 plays they threw his way, he knocked it away. And Green Dragons will take over at their own 7-yard line with 4:29 to go before the half.
He's certainly been up to the task, and we may want to note that play. That may end up being a big play in the ball game, even though we're still before the half.
Officials timeout here.
Shoe problem for a Dragon. Dragons wear shoes?
I guess they do. This drive is brought to you by Sanders Mortuary, family owned in the Williamsport area, 821 Diamond Street in Williamsport. Lewisburg comes out, spreading the field. Two receivers to the bottom of your screen. Chidliski, straight drop back. Here comes the pressure. Caught in the end zone, and thank God for that 6'3" frame. He pulled himself out, Coach.
He's barely out of the end zone. Jersey Shore applying a lot of pressure their front four that time. I believe it was number 55, Colin Samar, a junior.
And he had a man streaking down the sidelines. I'm not sure who it was.
He didn't have any time to throw it.
He had no time to throw it, but if he could have stepped up, avoided a tackler, he had someone open down the left sideline here. I couldn't see the number, but he was open. 3:56 to go. Clock rolling here before the half. 19-14 Bulldogs lead. Tight formation here now for the Dragons, trying to get out from their own goal line.
And we should have a penalty there on Lewisburg. They weren't set. The right wing was getting into a three-point stance when the ball was snapped. Not good if you're Lewisburg.
Illegal shift, and that is the call. We'll back them up again.
Getting a little bit of my confidence back with my eyes, Paul.
Oh, you have the good eyes. It's just your GPS is off a little bit sometimes.
Well, I do know where the Chesapeake watershed is.
Yes. And remember, when you go to Scranton, you have to go through the Chesapeake watershed. All right, we got 3rd and 14, 3:36 to go before the half. Lewisburg comes out in a tight formation again, and Chidleski right up the middle again, trying to give themselves just a little bit of room.
I wonder if Coach Gravis should be thinking about a timeout here. Probably not, as his teams are used to going up-tempo. So 3 minutes probably seem like an eternity. But he does have 2 left to use here, as does Lewisburg.
Are you surprised they didn't hand the ball off, just straight dives?
No.
Oh, wow, almost blocked again.
It was almost blocked.
Fielded by number 23 at the 35-30. Inside the 25 in great field position for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, good return that time by Dalton Dungan, and Lewisburg was very lucky that Cam Allison didn't block that punt. He was right in the punter's face.
2:50 to go before intermission. Now, Bulldogs with fantastic field position, looking to add to their 5-point lead. We got 2 receivers to the top of your screen, 2 to the bottom. Larson from the gun, lone setback is Malicki. Larson back to pass. Larson looks, throws. Touchdown!
Great catch that time.
Great catch by number 24.
Caden Hess.
Caden Hess is second in the game.
And what he did there is ran a little stop-and-go pattern. And I'll tell you what, Tanner Larson put that ball right on the money.
Excuse me, that's his first of the game. But Caden Hess, he is the top receiver here for Tanner Larson. And from 24 yards out, Larson hits pay dirt, and they're going for 2 again. Spread the field, 5 wide, goes Jersey Shore. Larson straight back into the corner and knocked away. Intended for Anthony Schaefer. Point after, no good. That's a Park Pizza touchdown. 2:43 to go before the half. 25-14. The Bulldogs lead.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
I'm Brian Cochran, owner and operator of Cochran Automotive and Towing. We have complete towing, roadside services from lockouts, fuel delivery, flat tires, and breakdowns. We all know accidents happen. When they do, request us. We can save you $75 on a city fee if you request us.
All right, we are back here. Paul Bowe, Rich Salonis, 2:43 to go, Coach, before intermission. 25-14. Bulldogs lead.
Yeah, 39 points in the first half. Very entertaining.
Nice kick fielded by Spalding at the 10. Spalding at the 15. Tries to get to the corner. 20. 25. Had a seam. Closed up in a hurry and across the 30. Good field position for the for the Green Dragons. Let's see what Shedleski can do with 2:34 to go before the half.
Ryan Kirshner on that stop, man. He's been all over the field tonight for the Bulldogs. Handful of Bulldog players. We've been calling their names all night long. 2 timeouts left, 2:34. Plenty of time for the Green Dragons. Find themselves down by 9 here. And the last thing you want to do if you're Lewisburg is give the ball right back via a turnover or a quick 3 and out.
Timo Shaliski, straight drop back, out pattern. That's Sheriff. Spinning move across the 40 and out of bounds. Nice tackle by number 33, Guthrie.
That should be a first down for Lewisburg.
You are right again, Coach. First down, 2:27 to go and a half. Clock stop just to move the chains.
Yeah, very, very nice ball that time thrown by Shedleski. Put it right on the money. Oh, one of the few times we've seen a condensed set tonight by either team.
Here's a handoff to Dominic up the middle. 4 yards on first down. Very important drive here for the Dragons before the half.
It is.
They'd love to get some points on the board.
Even 3 here helps them a great deal.
And Logan Moore we know can make them.
You get a field goal, you're only down a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, and it changes momentum.
Second down and 6, ball at the 44-yard line. In motion is Sheriff. Shedleski under pressure, steps up, down he goes.
Way too much pressure by the front 4. Number 52 ended up getting the tackle, Lee Springman, but the defensive ends from Jersey Shore are very impressive. They pin their ears back and go. They forced Shedleski to step up into the pocket that time, and the tackle's cleaned up.
Third down and long.
Kind of wondering why Coach Gravish isn't calling a timeout here. He's got 2 left. Maybe he's going to wait for fourth down. We'll see what Lewisburg does, and they look like they're taking their own sweet time.
Oh, it's 3rd and 15 here. Ball back at the 35-yard line. Might see an inside handoff here. And there we go. Handoff up the middle. Dominic stretching to get to the 44, 45-yard line.
And now Coach Gravish is going to burn that timeout.
A minute to go.
Which is going to leave him with 1 left. There's a minute and 1. And Lewisburg's going to be face Paul with the 4th and about 7.
Come on, you think you're going to punt it away here?
Well, I think if you're Lewisburg, you have to punt it away.
Down by 11.
But we've seen, 2 fake punts tonight?
Forget, coming up at the half, we have the Remax West Branch Homes at the half.
I believe Lewisburg does get the ball to start the 3rd quarter.
Yes, you are correct. Shedleski is back to punt.
Cam Allison had great pressure the last time Lewisburg punted.
Snap.
They're playing for a return. Nice punt.
Kick again. Fielded by Anderson. Anderson to the 40 and steps out of bounds. That's where Lorson and the Bulldogs will take over. 51 seconds to go before intermission. 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
So right now, if you're Lewisburg, you're thinking about maybe getting an extra defensive back into the game to play up on Westland. Maybe jam both receivers, rush 3, play 2 linebackers, put a cover 2 look, and let nobody behind you.
Lorson rolling, throws, complete to Schaefer at the 42-yard line of the Green Dragons. Great catch by Anthony Schaefer.
He was wide open in the seam right down the sideline. And we've got 44 seconds and a first down for Jersey Shore.
On that play, they seemed to be running Hess deep, and right underneath was wide open.
They ran a clear pattern.
And Schaefer just sat down there. Lorson now rolling to his right.
There it is again. He's wide open. They ran him on an out and up. And he dropped it. That time he ran an out and up on Landis, and Landis bit on the out, turned it up, and nobody was home. And again, I'll state it again, Lewisburg needs to get either pressure right at the line of scrimmage or back somebody off and get some safeties over the top. Jersey Shore is going to end up with another touchdown before the half.
We got trips to the right. Lorson, straight drop back. Lorson looking. Here comes that pressure in the form of Ethan Spalding, and down goes Lorson at midfield.
Now, Mr. Versatile saved Lewisburg there because Mr. Westland was open again on a double move. He just couldn't get the ball to him.
3rd and 10. Ball back at the 49-yard line. Clock running, 10 seconds, and Coach Gravis will call his last time out.
I was kind of surprised that he let so much time run off the clock before he called that. So you're going to have time maybe for one more play here, I think, without any timeouts left.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. 30-second timeout, 11 seconds to go before the half.
I'm Brian Cochran, owner and operator of Cochran Automotive and Towing. We have complete towing, roadside services from lockouts, fuel delivery, flat tires, and breakdowns. We all know accidents happen. When they do, request us. We can save you $75 on a city fee if you request us.
All right, welcome back. Final 11 seconds here to go. We got trips to the right side. Lorson from the gun. Maliki the lone setback. Westland looking deep for Westland again. Double coverage, and
there you go. Broken up
by Michaels, and it looked like number 3.
Lewisburg brought Ethan Spalding on a corner blitz that time and played double coverage over top. A nice defensive scheme.
5 seconds to go. If he could heave one downfield here, you never know. Maybe a pass interference call. You want to make sure all the time goes off the clock. Trips to the left. Single setback is Malicki. Lorson rolling to his right. Lorson still rolling. Throws down the sidelines. Caught by Caden Hess, but alertly pushed out of bounds. Time runs out.
This is where if you call that timeout 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds earlier,
no time on the clock. Officials are talking here to see if there's no way.
There wasn't any time left.
It was 5 seconds.
At least. Coach Gravish is asking for more time left, but from where we were at, the clock ran out.
Well, we played one half here in Lewisburg. Jersey Shore leads 25-14. It's time for the Remax West Branch Homes at the half.
Hi, I'm Cammie Rooney, broker-owner of Remax West Branch, and I'm here today to talk about a new program called Heroes Home Advantage that's exclusive to Lycoming County. And I'm also here with Mike Lee from Susquehanna Community Bank. And this program is great because it helps heroes on the front line for us every day. And what we do is we give back 20% of the commission on the realtor side to the hero. And Mike, what do you have at the bank as far as the program?
Well, first off, we're glad to partner with Remax, and Cammie, thank you very much for the partnership. And at closing, we'll give up to $700 back to that hero in our community. And that also, just keep in mind who these heroes are. These are folks who make our community better and safer.
Absolutely. And to qualify to be a hero, it includes the military, whether it's active, retired, or a veteran, law enforcement, first responders, healthcare professionals, and who else, Mike? Anybody I'm missing?
There's another great category too, Cammie, and that's our teachers that are out there.
Awesome.
So we include them in the program as well. So it's a very broad group, and we're just really excited to give back to the community. Our name, Susquehanna Community Bank, has that, obviously, the community name in there. It's a great way to partner with you and give back to the community.
That's great. And Remax West Branch felt that we could really give back to the community, because we live and work in this community every day, and these people are on the front line for us, so this is our way of giving back to them.
And the timing's really good for us, by the way. Susquehanna Community Bank, our 7th branch is opening here soon on the Golden Strip. So we're an independent local bank. We formerly known as West Mountain State Bank. We rebranded last year to Susquehanna Community Bank, and we love our independence, and that's the plan for us to have the 7th branch open with ribbon cutting in October.
That's great. So you can call Susquehanna Community Bank or RE/MAX West Branch at 570-321-1010 and check out these great listings. Here's some of these active listings that we currently have at RE/MAX West Branch. And whether you're a first-time home buyer, a move-up buyer, or somebody that's downsizing, call us for all of your real estate needs today. We would be glad to help you.
Hi, it's Jim Webb, and I'm on 4 Mile Drive at RE/MAX West Branch, and I'm with Cammie Rooney. Great to see you, Cammie Rooney.
You too, Jim. How are you doing?
Wonderful. You take over from Deb Williams about 3-4 years ago. You're the broker owner, and one thing that I love is that you give back to the community. Everything you're involved in seems to be community driven, and Deb was the same way, but give me an overview of what's going on here at RE/MAX.
Well, at RE/MAX West Branch, we do love to give back. We give back millions of dollars. Our RE/MAX network to Children's Miracle Network to help young children that are sick in the hospital. We have given back to the local SPCA in the past, and we just live and work in this community, so we feel like it's a great honor to give back to people, and we have some of the best agents around here, and we're experienced, and it's an enjoyable...
And I travel the country, and there's no place like home. I love to get out and about, but I love the West Branch Valley and where we live. And one thing's for sure is the people are special within our communities and our areas.
Absolutely, I agree.
Tell me about the new program you got on with my friend Mike Lee here going on.
It's called Heroes Home Advantage, and that program helps out our local heroes that are on the front line for us every day, working hard. And so this is our way of giving back to the community. Since they are on the front line, we're going to give up 20% of our commission back to them at closing, which could be a huge savings when you're buying or selling a home.
And it's my understanding Mike's down at Susquehanna Community Bank now. They're opening up here soon, but it's exclusive to you two folks, right?
Yes, it's like Cumming County exclusive. Right now it's RE/MAX West Branch and Susquehanna Community Bank are the partners in the program.
That's fantastic. So that's what's going on here on 4 Mile Drive. Get out to a football game near you.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a 4th-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition. Growing with your customers over the years. Seeing the same faces. It's everything for us. Visit Van Campen and see what over 70 years of care looks like.
Make sure you're going pocket, jump, balls in the feet. That's what we do here at FastFaz. We teach speed, agility, and quickness because we want you all to be better athletes. That's why you're here. So make sure on this one, when you jump up, come down, power leg acceleration. Softball, football, basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, whatever you got, we can do it here.
Fastmaz.com.
Fastmaz.com. Lift your knees, lift your knees. You gotta get your knees up. Come on, let's go.
You gotta be here.
My name is Matt Cochran. I am a late model driver from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. I have been racing at my local dirt tracks for the last 20 years with my family by my side. My father's business, Cochran Automotive and Towing, has been my main sponsor from the very beginning. Racing is not just something I do, it is something I live for. My whole family is involved, from my mom and dad to my brother Bradley, my cousin Tyler, my uncle Wayne, and now my wife Megan and stepson Brock. Everyone pitches in and helps out in one way or another. Every Friday night the family packs up and heads out to Clinton County Motor Speedway where I run my limited late model. As soon as my supermotor is done being freshened up, we will start running that on Saturday nights. Right now we are running up front and are competitive, but we could be doing better with some new equipment and technology. I am looking for additional sponsors to complete the 2019 season and for the next 2020 season coming.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a fourth-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition. Growing with your customers over the years. Seeing the same faces. It's everything for us. Visit Van Campen and see what over 70 years of care looks like.
My name is Matt Cochran. I am a late model driver from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. I have been racing at my local dirt tracks for the last 20 years with my family by my side. My father's business, Cochran Automotive and Towing, has been my main sponsor from the very beginning. Racing is not just something I do, it is something I live for. My whole family is involved, from my mom and dad to my brother Bradley, my cousin Tyler, my uncle Wayne, and now my wife Megan and stepson Brock. Everyone pitches in and helps out in one way or another. Every Friday night the family packs up and heads out to Clinton County Motor Speedway where I run my limited late model. As soon as my supermotor is done being freshened up, we will start running that on Saturday nights. Right now we are running up front and are competitive, but we could be doing better with some new equipment and technology. I am looking for additional sponsors to complete the 2019 season and for the next 2020 season.
Lyle's no driver, that's for sure. But he will tell you that Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed. Lyle doesn't really drive a motorcycle. Do you, Lyle? That's right, that's right. Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed, or we'll pay you $1,000. Of course, we'll even trade motorcycles, I forgot. Boats? Airplanes? No, not doghouses. Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed.
I'm Brian Cochran, owner and operator of Cochran Automotive and Towing. We have complete towing, roadside services from lockouts, fuel delivery, flat tires, and breakdowns. We all know accidents happen. When they do, request us. We can save you $75 on a city fee if you request us.
Make sure you're going pocket, jump, balls in the feet. That's what we do here at FastMaz. We teach speed, agility, and quickness because we want you all to be better athletes. That's why you're here. So make sure on this one, when you jump up, come down, power leg, acceleration, softball, football, basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, whatever you got, we can do it here.
Fastmaz.com.
Fastmaz.com. Lift your knees. You gotta get your knees up. Come on, let's go.
You gotta be here.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a fourth-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition. Growing with your customers over the years. Seeing the same faces. It's everything for us. Visit Van Campen and see what over 70 years of care looks like.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown!
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
I'm Brian Cochran, owner and operator of Cochran Automotive and Towing. We have complete towing, roadside services from lockouts, fuel delivery, flat tires, and breakdowns. We all know accidents happen. When they do, request us. We can save you $75 on a city fee if you request us.
Lyle's no driver, that's for sure. But he will tell you that Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed.
Hi, it's Jim Webb, and I'm on 4 Mile Drive at Remax West Branch, and I'm with Cammie Rooney. Great to see you, Cammie Rooney.
You too, Jim. How are you doing?
Wonderful. You
Great.
take over from Deb Williams about 3-4 years ago. You're the broker owner, and one thing that I love is that you give back to the community. Everything you're involved in seems to be community driven, and Deb was the same way, but give me an overview of what's going on here at Remax.
Well, at Remax West Branch, we do love to give back. We give back millions of dollars. Our Remax network to Children's Miracle Network to help, young children that are sick in the hospital. We have given back to the local SPCA in the past, and we just live and work in this community, so we feel like it's a great honor to give back to people, and we have some of the best agents around here, and we're experienced, and it's an enjoyable...
And I travel the country, and there's no place like home. I love to get out and about, but I love the West Branch Valley and where we live. And one thing's for sure is the people are special within our communities and our areas.
Absolutely, I agree.
Tell me about the new program you got on with my friend Mike Lee here going on.
It's called Heroes Home Advantage, and that program helps out our local heroes that are on the front line for us every day, working hard. And so this is our way of giving back to the community. Since they are on the front line, we're going to give up 20% of our commission back to them at closing, which could be a huge savings when you're buying or selling a home.
And it's my understanding Mike's down at Susquehanna Community Bank now. They're opening up here soon, but it's exclusive to you two folks, right?
Yes, it's like Cumming County exclusive. Right now it's Remax West Branch and Susquehanna Community Bank are the partners in the program.
That's fantastic. So that's what's going on here on 4 Mile Drive. Get out to a football game near you.
My name is Matt Cochran. I am a late mile driver from Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. I have been racing at my local dirt tracks for the last 20 years with my family by my side. My father's business, Cochran Automotive and Towing, has been my main sponsor from the very beginning. Racing is not just something I do, it is something I live for. My whole family is involved, from my mom and dad to my brother Bradley, my cousin Tyler, my uncle Wayne, and now my wife Megan and stepson Brock. Everyone pitches in and helps out in one way or another. Every Friday night the family packs up and heads out to Clinton County Motor Speedway, where I run my limited late model. As soon as my supermotor is done being freshened up, we will start running that on Saturday nights. Right now we are running up front and are competitive, but we could be doing better with some new equipment and technology. I am looking for additional sponsors to complete the 2019 season and for the next 2020 season coming.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a fourth-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition. Growing with your customers over the years. Seeing the same faces. It's everything for us. Visit Van Camping and see what over 70 years of care looks like.
We want you to make sure you're going pocket, jump, balls in the feet. That's what we do here at FastMaz. We teach speed, agility, and quickness because we want you all to be better athletes. That's why you're here. So make sure on this one, when you jump up, come down, power leg, acceleration. Softball, football, basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, whatever you got, we can do it here.
Fastmaz.com.
Fastmaz.com. Lift your knees, you gotta get your knees up. Come on, let's go.
You gotta be here.
Lyle doesn't really drive a motorcycle. Do you, Lyle? That's right, that's right. Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed, or we'll pay you $1,000. Of course, we'll even trade motorcycles, I forgot. Boats? Airplanes? No, not doghouses. Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a fourth-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition. Growing with your customers over the years. Seeing the same faces. It's everything for us. Visit Van Camping and see what over.
Lyle doesn't really drive a motorcycle. Do you, Lyle? That's right, that's right. Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed, or we'll pay you $1,000. Of course, we'll even trade motorcycles, I forgot. Boats? Airplanes? No, not doghouses. Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guarantee.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown!
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
My name is Matt Cochran. I am a late model driver from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. I have been racing at my local dirt tracks for the last 20 years with my family by my side. My father's business, Cochran Automotive and Towing, has been my main sponsor from the very beginning. Racing is not just something I do, it is something I live for. My whole family is involved, from my mom and dad to my brother Bradley, my cousin Tyler, my uncle Wayne, and now my wife Megan and stepson Brock. Everyone pitches in and helps out in one way or another. Every Friday night the family packs up and heads out to Clinton County Motor Speedway where I run my limited late model. As soon as my supermotor is done being freshened up, we will start running that on Saturday nights. Right now we are running up front and are competitive, but we could be doing better with some new equipment and technology. I am looking for additional sponsors to complete the 2019 season and for the next 2020 season.
Lyle's no driver, that's for sure. But he will tell you that Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 25-14, Jersey Shore leads an extended halftime here in Lewisburg. Homecoming. We saw our man Logan Moore being the homecoming king down there with his queen by his side. He looked really good. Our kicker there, we talked in pregame warm-ups. Rich, what are you thinking?
Thinking Lewisburg's got a heck of a band.
Absolutely. We were really enjoying that at halftime.
They played all of Queen's greatest hits, and they were good. Really good. Bicycle, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, that was great. We were even going to sing along with Bohemian Rhapsody, but then they stopped playing it.
Lewisburg set to receive the second half kick. And they're going to place Ethan Dominic and Gavin Sheriff back deep. To await the Jersey Shore kick. Angle kick to the hash.
And it's Dominic up across the 25 to about the 28-yard line.
He's stopped by Gabe Packer. So it's important for Lewisburg, obviously, to get some points on the board here, but I think to reestablish some momentum they lost at the end of the half. Only being down 9 points in this game certainly doesn't mean a whole lot at the moment, but to get some momentum and back offensively would be huge.
Shedleski will operate from the gun, 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Shedleski back to pass, looking, pumps, throws, has a man deep out. Pass intended for.
Good defense that time by Owen Anderson as he was trying to hit Gavin Sheriff on a deep flag pattern. And I must rescind my mistake there, guys. They're down by 11 points here to start the third quarter. My apologies. Still plenty of time to make that up the way both teams have moved the ball tonight. 2nd down and 10.
In motion is Sheriff. Handoff Dominic up the middle and greeted by a host of Bulldogs.
Almost immediately, Colin Samar, inside linebacker. Well, 3rd and 9 for the Green Dragons here at their opening drive. I'm sure this isn't how Coach Persing designed it, but nonetheless, another down here to make a 1st down and keep the drive going. Through a bunch formation to the right with the split receiver left.
Shedleski looked for the screen, and down he goes again. Dalton Seacrest on the all-out blitz.
And nobody picked him up. He shot the A-gap immediately, and I'll tell you, he got there in a hurry. That's that speed we've been talking about. 2nd tackle for a loss tonight, which gives him 8 for the season.
And Lewisburg will have to punt it away.
Very impressive defensive stand for Jersey Shore to start this third quarter.
Shedleski, another good kick. Fielded by Anderson. Anderson across midfield, tries to get around the end, but nowhere to run as he runs out of bounds and out of real estate. 10:32 to go. Jersey Shore will try their hand here in the third quarter. Tanner Lorson leads the team out 25-14. Tanner Lorson really heated up, Coach. I was getting all excited here towards the end of that second half.
3 touchdown passes for the young man tonight. We'll see if they go right back to their fade patterns as they come out in the I formation.
In motion is Hess. Up the middle, Seacrest, the up back. Straight ahead, 3-4 yards on 1st down.
Nothing wrong with that play to start the third quarter for Jersey Shore.
Shore once again going with some up-tempo here. Play coming in. Lorson has it. In motion is Westland. Everybody up in the box for Lewisburg. There goes Malicki through the middle. He'll be a little short, Coach, at the 1st down.
Yep, 3rd and 1.
Definitely 2-down territory here for the Bulldogs. 3rd down and 1 ball at the 33-yard line.
And Jersey Shore motioned that time into an unbalanced look and ran a blast play over the right-hand side and have themselves at 3rd down and short yardage.
Oh, Larson going with the hard count. No flags. Up the middle is Seacrest, and it's going to be close.
He's got the 1st down easily by at least the yard, Paul. 2nd effort. He was stopped initially.
And you are right again, as always. 1st down. Jersey Shore in a little bit of a hurry up here. Up tempo for the Bulldogs. Back to pass. Pass complete. That's Hess at the 25. Nice move to the 20, inside to the 15, 10, 5, and brought down 2 more missed tackles by the Dragons.
They went right back to picking on Cam Michaels again in that time. Cam Michaels missed the tackle. Another missed tackle downfield, and easily, what are we counting here, Paul? 20 yards after the catch. It was a simple hitch pattern that was turned into a big gain. Jersey Shore's got themselves in business on their first possession of the 3rd quarter with the 1st and goal to go at Lewisburg's 5-yard line.
Well, to the naked eye, to me, looks like one-on-one coverage. As a coach, defensive coach, what can we do if you're Lewisburg's defensive coach to stop that one-on-one there? Can you drop someone else to help them? What can you do?
You can drop your outside linebacker out halfway and rally to the ball. If you walk them all the way out, then you're losing a person in the box for the run game. So it's 6 one, half dozen of the other, but you have to be cognizant of where their best receivers are and matching up with your best defensive personnel. I mean, Jersey Shore's just playing a matchup game all night tonight. They get their best matchups and they're throwing the ball to their best athletes.
It seems like there's a lot of room out there every single time they throw the ball.
There is. They've got a good scheme. They're throwing deep, then they're running comebacks, then they're running stop and goes, then they're running slants. The key is getting pressure on Lawson. Every time they've gotten pressure on Lawson, he hasn't been able to set his feet and throw the ball. When they've tried to sprint, Lewisburg has brought their outside backer to that side that he sprints to automatically on a blitz, and that's quelled that. But now they've gotten in the I formation a little bit, gotten an extra blocker, and Lewisburg's going to have to counteract with how they're going to pressure him. He's too good of a quarterback, and Jersey Shore's got too good of athletes on the outside.
And just as you said, now we have a double coverage, Westland, to the bottom of your screen. And they're going to have single coverage on Hess to the top. Backs in an I formation. Lawson under center. Ball at the 5-yard line. Handoff. Seacrest up the middle. Powering legs. He's in for into the end zone for a Bulldog touchdown as a flag flies late. We're going to have an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Lewisburg after the play. Touchdown is good. 5 yards out. Dawson Seacrest extends the lead to 31-14.
Great leg drive that time.
And looks like Jersey Shore is going to go for 2 again.
Yep. This will be their 3rd. And they've thrown every time. Be interesting to see if they run an option here. Options are very good plays on the goal line because you leave at least one man unaccounted for. You get yourself some good angles and blocking schemes.
Lawson under center, backs in an I. Lawson rolling that way again. Same play again to the same side. This time to Hess. Incomplete, point after, no good again. No good on the conversion. 31-14, Jersey Shore leads. It just starts the 3rd quarter. 9:04 to go. We'll be right back.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
I'm Brian Cochran, owner and operator of Cochran Automotive and Towing. We have complete towing, roadside services from lockouts, fuel delivery, flat tires, and breakdowns. We all know accidents happen. When they do, request us. We can save you $75 on a city fee if you request us.
7-0.
All right, we are back here with the kickoff. It is fielded by number 5. That's Ordonez. And he is brought down right around the 30-yard line, Coach. That's where Shaleski will start for the Green Dragons, and the Green Dragons have got to make something happen this drive.
They have to get a score here. The momentum is totally shifted in Jersey Shore's favor.
And Jersey Shore is picking up yardage by chunks. It'll be first down at the 30 for the Green Dragons. 31-14 Bulldogs. 9 minutes to go even here in the third quarter. Shedleski will operate from the gun. In motion goes Sheriff. Handoff Dominic. Up the middle. 4 yards on first down.
Nice play that time by Ryan Kirshner, defensive end. We've called his name at least a half dozen times tonight. And what looks like is a big gain is only 3 yards, maybe 4 at the most. And Jersey Shore, believe me, with this lead now, more than happy to give that up rather than the big chunk plays we saw early on from the Green Dragons.
Absolutely, like Mick Jagger said, time is on his side. Here comes Sheriff around. Here's a pass out. Pass complete.
Into the flat that time, and they missed the block in the back.
Cam Michaels
by Lewisburg
with the reception.
I thought for sure that would be called, but it's not. First down for the Green Dragons.
Up to midfield. Nice pattern by Cam Michaels. First down for the Green Dragons. Ball at the 49-yard line. 8:12 clock running. Third quarter. 31-14 Bulldogs. Shedleski back to pass. Screen pass. Over to Spalding. Spalding to the 50. 45, 40. Cuts back. 30, 25, 20. One man to beat. 15.
He's going to go.
5, 10. Touchdown. Ethan Spalding. Coach, that's right what they needed to get back in the game. 51 yards on that quick pass. And Spalding did the rest with his legs. And now it's a 31-20 ball game.
You are absolutely correct. And they caught Jersey Shore, Paul, in a blitz that time, and they threw over top of it. Quick pass out of the backfield. Nice move by Mr. Spalding. Made Brett Guthrie miss. And the big play puts the Dragons back in this game.
51-yard pass. Logan Moore on for the point after. Here's a snap. Spot. Kick up. Kick is right through the uprights. 32-21. Don't go anywhere. 7:47 to go on this flight. We'll be right back.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a fourth-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition. Growing with your customers over the years. Seeing the same faces. It's everything for us. Visit Van Campen and see what over 70 years of care looks like.
Lyle doesn't really drive a motorcycle. Do you, Lyle? That's right, that's right. Blaze Alexander has the lowest.
All right, Coach, we are back. It's 31-21, a 10-point game. I noticed the new formation the last 2 series for Lewisburg. Want to talk about it a little bit?
Well, they've been tightening their formations rather than spreading the field, and my guess is it's to give Shedleski a little bit more time, and they've also run the ball a little bit more out of it, and they caught, as I said, they caught Jersey Shore in a blitz that last play, and allowed them to dump the ball into the flat where there was no Jersey Shore.
Cam Allison across midfield, down the sidelines, and just tripped up. He was almost, I think the kicker got him, Logan Moore.
They threw where the backer wasn't, and they were able to score. And in the meantime, I had to stop because Jersey Shore's right back down the field again on a great kickoff return.
Check that. That was Spalding, the man who scored the touchdown on the tackle. Actually, it was Moore. He's coming off the field here, 15 and 16. I couldn't tell the jersey numbers. They were crunched together, but it was Logan Moore to tackle. Jersey Shore right back at the 28-yard line. Handoff up the middle. Seacrest tackled. Thought the hand was on the face mask, but good job by number 5, Owen Ordonez, getting his hand down. 2nd and 9, Coach. Ball now at the 26-yard line. Jersey Shore up-tempo. Here they go again. Backs in an eye. Back to pass. Lorson. A lot of contact there. Pass complete to Hess again.
It's comeback pattern right at the sticks, right at the spot. And it's going to be a first down for Jersey Shore.
First down and 10 now. Ball at the 17-yard line of the Green Dragons. Cut the lead to 10. Jersey Shore coming right back at them. Hess and Westland the receivers. Lorson under center. Pitch wide to Malicki. Malicki cuts back. Nice shifty move. Inside the 10. Down to the 5-yard line. Josh Malicki running with purpose in traffic there, Coach. Making people miss.
Very hard physical run. Made 2 people miss. Gavin Sheriff had him for a 1-yard gain, and he sort of sidestepped him. And here's Jersey Shore with the 1st and goal again. 6:45 in the 3rd quarter.
Lorson handoff to Seacrest up the middle again, trying to carry tacklers with him. This time he is stood up down about the 3. It'll be 2nd down and goal.
Nice to see the fullback get some love here.
Where else would you see the fullback being the fastest player on the team either?
Most teams don't have one anymore. As you know, it's a position that's kind of gone by the wayside with the modern-day spread.
Lorson under center, handoff to Malicki. Malicki spinning at the goal line, and he is stacked up.
Very short, inside the 1.
What are we calling here, Coach?
I sneak it here. Sneak it 2
times.
times. But you've got a very strong fullback. Seacrest is a hard runner, so we'll see what happens.
There it is. There's the sneak by Lorson, and he is in for the touchdown. Tanner Lorson from a yard out puts the Bulldogs up 37-21. And just like that, they went right down the field, Coach.
Yep. Well, kickoff return started it.
Allison on for the point after attempt. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is good. We got a timeout on the field. 5:49 to go, 3rd quarter, 38-21. Bulldogs lead. That's a Park Pizza touchdown.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a 4th-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition. Growing with your customers over the years. Seeing the same faces. It's everything for us. Visit Van Campen and see what over 70 years of care looks like.
Welcome back. Another touchdown on the board for the Bulldogs. 38-21, 17-point lead. And Allison kicks it off. Ball stays in bounds, but Ordonez could not, and they are going to be deep in their own territory at the 14-yard line. That's where Nick Shedleski will take over for the Green Dragons.
Ordonez probably would have been better off to let that go out of bounds. It appeared it was on its way to do so. And with 5:47 left, Jersey Shore looks like they're well on their way to spoiling the Green Dragons' homecoming in 2019 and getting a share of another Hack 1 title if they win tonight. And if they win next week, they got themselves an outright championship.
Here we go, Shedleski from the gun from his own 14-yard line. There's a handoff to Dominic up the middle. A little crisscross in the backfield there. Misdirection.
Counteraction. Yep, you got it, Paul. Absolutely correct.
That's a little bit different than the counter give, but it was the counter action that set the motion hand it right up to Dominic, right up the middle.
What's actually the child of the counter give. The counter give came long before it and gave birth to what you just saw there.
2nd down and 7, ball at the 17-yard line for the Green Dragons. Shedlisky back to pass. Throws, got a man open. That's Ordonez up at the 30. And a completion. Great catch on an underthrown ball.
Well, Shedlisky was under pressure. Had to throw that off his back foot as Jersey Shore isn't wasting any time getting heat on him. So there's an old saying, and some people believe it and some people don't, that you pressure a good quarterback and you defend a bad one. Here's that tight formation again.
Shedlisky deep out. That's Sheriff. At the 40, tight ropes down the sidelines. Another first down for the Green Dragons.
Correct, and they're bringing that person in motion, and what they're doing is freezing Jersey Shore's outside linebackers with the play-action fake and then running somebody out into the flat. So the outside backer, in that case, 32 for Jersey Shore, Brett Guthrie, is in a bind because he's got to stop, play flat-footed for a second to honor the run fake, and by the time he reacts, there's a back behind him in the flat. Good scheme.
Shedlisky, here's a screen pass set up for Spalding. Spalding's going to lose yards on this one.
Well played that time by Guthrie.
Absolutely. Guthrie, number 52 in there. That's Lee Springman. First time we called his name tonight, but he was in there on the tackle too, and it's a loss of 4 on the play. Sets up a 2nd and 14, ball at the 40-yard line. Under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 38-21, Jersey Shore winning in a shootout here down in Lewisburg.
Quite the entertaining touchdown fest.
On the campus of beautiful Bucknell University, Shedlisky from the gun. Single setback is Dominic. Here's a handoff to Dominic up the middle, and once again that hole closed quickly, Coach.
It did close quickly, and it was Gabe Packer closing that hole quickly, along with, and I'm going to pause because we've called his name at least 10 times tonight, Ryan Kirshner, number 31, defensive end.
Tell you what, it's hard to keep up with this action here. It's mile a minute. Sets up a 3rd and 12 back at the 42-yard line now. 3:36 to go, clock running. Shedlisky will have a split backfield. Back to pass. Looking for the screen pass. Here comes that flanker screen over the middle. Big hit, and you can see number 3, Jack Landis, slowing up there.
I think if he had to do that over, he would probably have accelerated. He was shorter the first down. And Lewisburg, I believe, is going to punt here. Although
4th and 3.
Now it looks like they're going to go for it. They ran a certain personnel group on it. I was going to say I think you have to go for it here.
We've seen that play about 4 times so far.
And yeah, they know Jersey Shore's coming after them, and it's a good call against the blitz.
4th and 4 here. Ball at the 49-yard line. Movement. Everybody's in tight. Shedlisky back to pass. Steps up. There he goes, and down he goes. Tackled by number 55. That's Colin Samar.
And Colin Samar's been there, but I'll tell you what, they were looking for the tight end, Ordonez, who was open and was held. They missed a holding call by Jersey Shore's outside linebacker. He clearly held, and I believe it was Dawson who held him. But nonetheless, you know what they say, it's not a penalty if it's not called.
2:29 to go. Jersey Shore takes over. Already leading by 17, looking for possibly a knockout punch here, Coach. Lorson under center, same formation, backs in an eye. Lorson back to pass. Oh, Westland has deep. Down on the other sideline for Hess, incomplete, but Westland on the other side of the field, he did not even look that way, had 3 steps on his defender.
I don't think I've seen, well, I'm pretty positive, I should say. I haven't seen this many fade patterns thrown by a team in a high school game. And I'm wondering why Lewisburg won't go to a cover 2 shell to put 2 cornerbacks up closer to take away the comebacks and put 2 safeties on the hashes over top to take away the fades. They're not necessarily being hurt by the run game, so you can afford to take somebody out of the box.
2nd and 10, Lorson. Here's a draw play to Malicki, spinning and maybe gained a yard on the play.
Well diagnosed that time by Lewisburg's defense.
All right, 3rd and long here now, Coach.
And we'll see if they do it on this play. Maybe it's just the coverage they don't feel they can run with their personnel. But what it does is it allows you to jam and take away the underneath comeback patterns that they've been hurting Lewisburg with while protecting you over the top.
Westland looking for him deep. No, goes Caden Hess down the sidelines. No, incomplete. 4th down on the play. And I was just going to say, Jersey Shore's receivers are big. Both 6'2", 6'3", and you got some small defensive backs at 5'8", 5'9", and they went for that mismatch every single time.
Taking your chances with it.
But a good stand here by the Green Dragon defense, and that's what they need here with 1:49 to go in the 3rd quarter, and they will get the ball back.
Is it me or does the 3rd quarter seem to have gone a little bit quicker than the first 2 quarters have? Or maybe it's just me.
Kick by Anderson. Takes a bounce. Lets it roll, and it's going to drop down right around the 2-yard line.
And the last thing you want to do there if you're Logan Callison from Lewisburg is let that ball bounce and cost you another 8 to 10 yards of field position. You're already down 17 points, so you're going to start out from your end zone when the ball easily could have been fielded. Mistake that time, unfortunately. Lewisburg's got 98 yards to go if they want to close the gap with 1:40
last
left
time we
in the
saw
3rd.
them back in this position, we saw 3 quarterback keepers up the middle just to get some breathing room. Let's see what we're going to do here if Lewisburg's going to come out throwing from the shadows of their own goal line. They got 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen, 1 to the top. That is Spalding. Back to pass. Throws over the top. Incomplete.
Yeah, you want to play a little bit of Jersey Shore's game there, and he tried to throw deep. Good coverage that time by the Bulldog defense, which they should be able to defend that pass. They probably see it 50 times a day in practice.
2nd down 10. Ball still at the 2-yard line. Spalding coming off the field. Holding his finger. Might have jammed his finger on that.
And Lewisburg can ill afford to continue to lose.
He's laying flat on his back or on the sidelines. Shedleski looks to set up the screen in the end zone. That was better off dropped. That would have been a safety if Sheriff caught it.
There were 4 Bulldogs that we've seen. They've seen that play enough tonight. That's at least the 4th time Lewisburg's run the play, and they were up to the task that time, so you are correct. Well, you're in a tough spot right now if you're Lewisburg's offensive coordinator. You got to try and move the sticks, but you have to be really respectful of where the football is on the field because you don't want to turn the ball over and give Jersey Shore an opportunity to punch another easy one in here. And they're going to come out in a very tight formation.
I think you're going to see Shaleski straight ahead, and that's exactly what you do see. Tries to get a little room to punt.
Was able to gain probably 2 yards there. So if my memory serves me correct, the last time Lewisburg punted out of the end zone, Cam Allison almost blocked it.
That is correct. 1 minute and 7 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Jersey Shore should come out in great position, and there's a safety.
Yep.
Ball snapped over the head of Nicholas Shedleski, excuse me.
And if you're going to snap the ball over Nick Shedleski's head, it's a high snap, as he is every bit of 6'2", 6'3".
Well, 40-21 here. 1 minute to go in the 3rd quarter. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with the free kick.
My name is Matt Cochran. I am a late model driver from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. I have been racing at my local dirt tracks for the last 20 years with my family by my side. My father's business, Cochran Automotive and Towing, has been my main sponsor from the very beginning. Racing is not just something I do, it is something I live for. My whole family is involved, from my mom and dad to my brother Bradley, my cousin Tyler, my uncle Wayne, and now my wife Megan and stepson Brock. Everyone pitches in and helps out in one way or another. Every Friday night the family packs up and heads out to Clinton County Motor Speedway, where I run my limited late model. As soon as my supermotor is done being freshened up, we will start running that on Saturday nights. Right now we are running up front and are competitive, but we could be doing better with some new equipment and technology. I am looking for additional sponsors to complete the 2019 season and for the next 2020 season coming.
All right, Coach, we are back after the safety. Another special teams blunder in this game. Both teams have had their share, and it's now 40-21. Jersey Shore leads, and they will get the ball back. On the free kick, Logan Moore will kick it away from his own 20-yard line. And he squibs it. Ball is fielded back at the 25-30. 35-40. To the outside, Anderson, 50. 45. 40. And down to the 35-yard line. Owen Anderson running in traffic.
And running hard. Jersey Shore's got some outstanding skill players. And Paul, I want to say this again. I said it in pregame. You know, you're looking at a team that's got 3 losses, correct? In Jersey Shore. And who'd they lose to?
Southern Columbia.
Southern Columbia, undefeated.
Martoursville.
Undefeated, I believe. And Mount Carmel.
And Mount Carmel's a strong team also.
Absolutely.
A lot of big boys there.
So, you know, this team's
Jersey Shore plays a tough schedule. This is probably the toughest schedule they've ever played. But they play a tough schedule every single year. And I believe they have Bald Eagle coming up later in the season also. Another good game.
As a matter of fact.
I was at that game last year, called the game here for Webb Weekly Live. Heartbreaking loss at the end of the game.
And if Bald Eagle area is not undefeated, they only have 1 loss, I believe. So, you know, then they finish the season with the rival game, Central Mountain. But, you know, this team's well seasoned. So anybody who thought coming in here, it's a 3-loss team, you have to take a look and see who they're losing to. And they had Montoursville on the ropes. They had them down by 2 touchdowns to start the game, and then things got away from them. And Southern, well, you know, Southern's having one of those teams that, as good as they've been over a couple of decades, this is probably Jimmy Roth's best football team that he's had.
Well, there's the horn here in the third quarter. We've played 3 here in Lewisburg. Jersey Shore 40, Lewisburg 21. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter.
We want you to make sure you're going pocket, jump, balls in the feet. That's what we do here at FastMaz. We teach speed, agility, and quickness because we want you all to be better athletes. That's why you're here. So make sure on this one, when you jump up, come down, power leg, acceleration. Softball, football, basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, whatever you got, we can do it here.
Fastmaz.com.
Fastmaz.com. Lift your knees. You got to get your knees up. Come on, let's go.
You got to be here.
Coach, we are back with the fourth quarter, and Jersey Shore driving again. Ball at the 32-yard line. It is 3rd down and 6 as the Bulldogs are looking to put this one away. Larson from the gun. Rolling this way. Stops, throws, pass deflected, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by number 63. John Gose, one of the captains on this team, 6'3", 270-pound senior. Gets himself an early Christmas present there right in his hands.
Courtesy of Lewisburg's pressure, as we said, their adjustment was to automatically bring the front side linebacker when Jersey Shore sprints. They tipped the ball. Interception, again, did not give Larson a chance to set up and throw. And every time they've done that tonight and been successful with pressure, it has been to their advantage. Now Lewisburg's got some personnel issues.
Shedleski's going to operate from the gun, 4 receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Shedleski, quick hitter, deep pass on the outside. I thought he was going inside to the slot receiver. Instead, he went outside to the perimeter, number 2.
They ran a double hitch that time. He had a choice of 2 receivers, and he decided to throw it to the outside one.
Bellier, strong arm from the far hash. He got that ball out there in a hurry.
Both quarterbacks are very impressive. I believe would be able to continue their careers at the appropriate levels in college.
I was just going to ask you that. Do you think that he has what it takes to play at the next level?
I think both of them do.
Shedleski from the gun. In motion is Sheriff. Handoff to Domnick. Up the middle. Domnick, excited for that one big run he had. They really have not found much luck running up the middle.
Well, Jersey Shore's done a great job plugging the gaps tonight, as you said, other than 1 or 2 runs. You see how they've got 5 to 7 people in the box every time, and they're very aggressive and very good up front. Defensive ends and outside linebackers have played extremely well for the majority of the game.
All right, 3rd down and 4. This drive is brought to you by Sanders Mortuary, and we have a little bit of movement there.
Yeah, we had 2 or 3 Jersey Shore people jump.
Sanders Mortuary, located 821 Diamond Street in Williamsport for all your final expense needs. They're family-owned and operated, Sanders Mortuary.
And I'll say this, Paul, not having a chance to study Jersey Shore, this is the first time we've seen them all year, they're aggressive defensively. They don't sit back and give you an opportunity to take your time. They come after you and make the play.
Shedleski from the gun. In motion is Sheriff. Hand off to Domnick, and a host of Bulldogs waiting for him there. Lost about 4 yards on the play, Coach.
Correct. And Gage Wilson was there to make the play initially. Inside linebacker for the Bulldogs. There were 3 or 4 other jerseys there. Jersey Shore definitely has not given Lewisburg an opportunity to breathe here in the second half.
Shedleski back to pass, looks, throws, deep out, incomplete.
Good coverage by Guthrie that time, as he had Landis's deep comeback pattern well diagnosed. And if you're Lewisburg, I think you basically have to go for it here if you don't get it on 3rd down. So you might want to be thinking about, a chunk play here, maybe 6-7 yard gain, and make the 4th down. Yep, make the 4th down more manageable.
All right, 3rd down and 13. Ball just before midfield here. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Domnick the lone setback. Shedleski under pressure and still spinning, and down he goes. Tackled by number 31.
Ryan Kirshner
again.
And that'll go for a sack. Another tackle for loss. I believe that's his 3rd of the night.
And Shedleski being helped up by a teammate. He's taking a beating tonight.
He has. Jersey Shore has dominated the line of scrimmage, particularly defensively.
And now they're going to have to punt it away here. 4th and 16. Try to play a little bit of field position game here. I know it's getting late and time is of the essence, but nice bounce. Oh, the ball's bouncing around. Fight for the ball, and number 23, Dalton Dungan, fell on the ball. And at the 19-yard line, that's where Tanner Lorson and the Bulldogs will take over with 9:08 to go in this game. Up 40-21, 19-point lead. So you can see a heavy dose of Josh Malecki and Dawson Seacrest in this drive, I believe.
Absolutely. No need to put the ball in the air. You're up by a comfortable margin, no turnovers. The clock is your friend. Take your time. Use your 25-second clock. And I'll tell you why, because Jersey Shore's got bigger fish to fry here, and it'll be a good practice for them.
A little bit of a razzle-dazzle, the pitch back to Schaefer.
Just as I said, so you want to run a reverse? I'm being a little facetious. But Jersey Shore is going to be in the playoffs, and you may be in a situation where you need literally in a game situation
to run out the clock,
to run and practice. And you hear people on Sundays talk about a 2-minute offense, and the new thing now is a 4-minute offense. Well, really, it's an any-minute offense when you're trying to milk the clock to protect the lead.
Well, Lorson now spreads the field. 3 wide to his left, to his right. And rolling this way, pitch to Malicki. Malicki cuts it back, 20, 25, got a chunk of that yardage back. Josh Malicki, listed at 5'10", looks a little smaller than that from way up here, but he's pretty quick.
Shore's backs run very hard, they run very well, and they run very fast.
Yeah, he's put together pretty good. 3 receivers to the right, to the bottom of your screen. Lorson rolling. He's going to keep. Lorson to 30, 35, and out of bounds up at the 42-yard line. I was just going to say earlier, we haven't seen Tanner Lorson run the ball that much tonight. He does take off for this team quite often.
Yes, he does. He's had quite a few rushes this year for Jersey Shore. Came into the game with 462 yards on 68 carries.
66 yards a game.
But again, I'm Mr. Cautious. I wouldn't be. Well, I'm up 40-21. I've got bigger fish to fry here. I wouldn't be running them. That's just me.
2 to the left, 2 to the right. Screen pass to Schaefer. Schaefer takes it at the 40. Back to the 38, back up to the 40, and he is tackled right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Schaefer not happy about that at all. 7:38 clock running in the fourth quarter, 40-31.
And the flip side of this, Paul, is teams do what they do.
Can't change the stripes on a zebra.
Nope. And that's not right or wrong. It's no criticism. It's just what it is.
All right, 2nd and 10. Ball at the 41-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Single setback is Malicki. In motion is Schaefer. Schaefer wants to throw it, and he does. Incomplete. Excuse me, that was number 15. Owen Anderson threw that ball to Schaefer. Incomplete.
Didn't we see Lewisburg run that play in the first half?
We did.
I believe they're either the first or second play from scrimmage. So some interesting play calls here.
3rd down and 10. Ball at the 41-yard line. Trips to the left of Tanner Lorson. Malicki in the backfield. Anderson to the bottom of your screen. Lorson back to press. He's being pressured. He's going to tuck it down, and now he runs up for the first down and skips out of bounds inside Green Dragon territory down at the 43-yard line. Another Green Dragon.
Well, there's 2 down, actually, Paul. There's 1 down out of bounds at the 47 and 1 at the 44, the 43-yard line. They're both out of bounds on Jersey Shore sideline. They both appear to be lower leg injuries. Let's hope it's not anything serious.
We're going to take a break on that injury timeout, far side of the field. We'll be right back for the final 6:55, 40-31. It's been all Bulldogs.
Make sure you're going pocket, jump, balls in the feet. That's what we do here at FastMaz. We teach speed, agility, and quickness because we want you all to be better athletes. That's why you're here. So make sure on this one, when you jump up, come down, power leg, acceleration. Softball, football, basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, whatever you got, we can do it here.
Fastmaz.com.
Fastmaz.com. Lift your knees. You gotta get your knees up. Come on, let's go.
You gotta be here.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a 4th-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition. Growing with your customers over the years. Seeing the same faces. It's everything for us.
Welcome back. The first down and 10 now for Jersey Shore. Ball at the 44 of the Dragons. Lorson back to pass again. Wants a deep shot down the sidelines, incomplete. 6:50 to go, and
that was at least, I think, the 8th or 10th fade of the game attempted by the Bulldogs, who I believe have all of their starters in the game. Would that be correct, Paul?
that is correct. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Lone setback is Malicki. Lorson under pressure, throws. Pass complete to Hess.
Who fell down.
Anderson on the far side of the field. Up to the 38-yard line, fell down. It'll be 3rd and short.
And Lorson threw that on a rope falling backwards. His body was sort of contorted the opposite way. He's got a very strong arm.
And he's matured so much over the years, Tanner Lorson. I remember last year seeing him playing. He looked a little tentative. But I'll tell you what, by the end of the year, he was slinging the ball. And I'll tell you what, he looks so much improved this year. He looks fantastic. Under pressure, now rolling, pass out of the backfield. This time it is Hess. First down and more for Jersey Shore inside the 20-yard line. They should be able to take a chunk of clock here as we are under 6 minutes to go.
Correct. And they're actually at the 30, Paul. So you're right. I mean, they're taking time off the clock. They're just doing it in a different way through the air.
Same formation for Jersey Shore. Lorson from the gun, back to pass, throws. Schaefer down the sidelines, 20, cuts it back inside to the 15. Another first down for the Bulldogs.
Anthony Schaefer. Trail pattern by the Bulldogs as they continue to throw here. Up 40-21 with 5:35 and the clock running.
Lorson from the gun. In motion. There's a handoff. Cuts it back.
Cooper Peacock on the carry. That's his first carry of the night for the Bulldogs.
Cooper
Short gain.
Only a freshman, 5'10", 155-pounder. Last year, another Peacock played for this team, Colby Peacock. We seen him have a fantastic game last year against Montoursville. But he's gone off to school. And
Carter Peacock has had a decent game tonight with a couple of tackles.
Pass to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown. Jersey Shore. That's Stanton Westland, his second of the game. 13-yard touchdown pass, Lorson. Allison on for the extra point. Snap, spot, kick up. Kick is good. 47-21, 4:54 to go in the game. That's a Park Pizza touchdown. We'll be right back.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
I'm Brian Cochran, owner and operator of Cochran Automotive and Towing. We have complete towing, roadside services from lockouts, fuel delivery, flat tires, and breakdowns. We all know accidents happen. When they do, request us. We can save you $75 on a city fee if you request us.
Lyle doesn't really drive a motorcycle.
All right, welcome back. 47-21 Jersey Shore, Coach. This has been the Tanner Larson Show. 4 touchdowns in the air, 1 on the ground, and Jersey Shore has put this one to rest. And they will kick off now. Now you just got to hope no one gets hurt in the last 4 minutes and 54 seconds for either team. Last thing you want to see in a game that's way, way out of control.
Correct. No one wants to see high school, or any players for that matter, get injured. But a game like this now, hopefully, there'll be some clean jerseys and pants in the game for the last 4 minutes and 50 seconds.
We got some substitutions coming in for Lewisburg.
Lewisburg.
I think we're going to see a different quarterback.
You are, and that is going to be number 12, Michael Farinato, freshman, 5'10". Farinato, very, very successful Lewisburg name.
So Farinato will quarterback. We have 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen. One to the top is Jay Lenert, excuse me.
Yeah, Lewisburg, I believe, has got mass substitutions in everywhere.
And Jersey Shore changing up some players also. Quick timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. We'll be right back.
I'm Brian Cochran, owner and operator of Cochran Automotive and Towing. We have complete towing, roadside services from lockouts, fuel delivery, flat tires, and breakdowns. We all know accidents happen. When they do, request us. We can save you $75 on a city fee if you request us.
And the Lewisburg band playing Neil Diamond, Sweet Caroline. 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go in this one. It's been all Jersey Shore, 47-21. And Farinato in now to take over for Lewisburg. 4:40 to go, clock running, Coach. Get a look at some new players?
Yep, that's what this time should be for. This game was, pretty much decided a while ago.
Into the backfield is Cam Michaels.